Hey everybody, it's Saturday, May 11th. I would like to welcome you all to the Ground Level Podcast, the official podcast of UGS. My name is UGS Amethyst.
My name is UGS Manly Guy.
My name is UGS Bushi.
I am Tog.
And I am UGS Polaroid.
Hey, there we go.
What's up?
First special
guest.
guest,
Hey.
baby. Hey.
Official guest. We
Yeah.
had a couple people talk.
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. First
Our
official
our
guest.
first actual special guest.
Yeah.
I get my own mic and everything.
Yeah.
He's the most special man in my life. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We said we planned it, but it was kind of like last
Yeah,
second.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be here, so
what
that's
I'm
the
saying,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
I mean, we could talk about it, but we don't have to talk about it.
Hey man, we don't.
If we get
air
there, we
out.
get there. If we don't, we don't.
we
Yeah,
don't
that's
air
fine.
out
Say that.
personals
But you know where we
and
need to
shit.
get to first? Ignition.
Weekly roundup.
Ignition,
weekly
baby.
roundup.
Oh, you really trying
Ignition,
to force
baby.
that,
We are
ignition.
starting.
That wasn't forced at all. It was smooth as fuck. So, ignition. We're gonna
Yeah.
start with ignition. Go ahead, Bushi.
How many times you can say ignition? All right,
Trying
so
to
we got
ignite the flame.
ignition number 181. Had 84 players this week, and our boy
Yes.
takes it. Raven King.
Yo, we invaded.
First one too.
We invaded. Yeah, his first ignition win.
Yes, sir.
Pretty dope. Second was Kane, and Kane was looking pretty good because he kind of like dominated Raven King in winners, and then Raven King had like the 2-0 sweep.
yeah.
Yeah, he downloaded
So-
him hard.
I don't know. Like Raven came, him and I talk a lot after sets and everything like that. I was telling him a lot. Hey, integrate like grabs more,
Yeah.
and then like tomahawks and do that against other people and see how that does against other people. In his winner side, he was doing all right. I feel like his loser side was way stronger because he started saying, "Wait,
Yeah, he also stopped double jumping as much.
Exactly.
And Kane, in the winner side, Kane just kept catching his double jumps, and he was like, "Oh, what can I do after this?" And especially if he hits him with a back or something like that, all he needs is just one good shot with the laser, and then you're just gimped at that point. You're just dead. So Kane gets second, Super Dan getting third. Kind of like back to shape for Dan because he's been doing okay at ignites. He's been making top 8s, but it was like he hasn't got third, second, or first in a while. So seeing him get third at ignition is pretty dope. Then we had the UR boys back to back. We had Earl, Snoofle, and Big Mac, just all right behind each other. Trying to defend house, but
The king was
yeah,
in.
look, the king."
it's not even a
out here,
king
man.
anymore. He was Raven God.
Yeah. Kane's also been
You're
upsetting most of
ascended.
the UR guys too. He's been on top of the UR guys really well.
Yeah, he
As of
has
lately. He's been just showing that he
My
can
man
maintain
Kane
his
out
spot.
here.
Yeah. UR's been struggling to take their own tournament for a bit, whether it's me or Ned, Raven King, or Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Panda Bear as well. Panda Bear's been beating them.
Big Panda.
Yeah,
Big
Panda
Panda.
came
Big
in.
Panda.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
more like small panda. Panda's pretty small. Small boy.
Small boy.
He's like
He's
5'8".
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place though, we got 2 out-of-staters though. We got
Who's Hunt?
Hunt is a snake from Indiana.
Oh, okay. Pretty dope to see more snake, representation.
And we got
Considering that
Boy.
there is some snake, I figured it out now. There are some snakes in Chicago.
You know
I'm
who's
not
a
the
snake
only
now?
one.
Mr. Nuts.
Prompto.
Prompto's a snake
Prompto's
now.
a
Mr.
snake
Nuts
now.
is also
Yeah.
Mr. Nuts is a snake.
Goddamn, Mr.
Magnavac, Magnavac.
Malgan, whatever.
Can you throw that out?
There is a snake main. There is a snake main in
Thank you.
that goes to Ignite regularly. I like his play. He does a couple cool things, but it's the biggest problem mid-level players have is just they commit too hard when they don't have to, type of thing. So he ends up losing sets that he could win easily. Then we had Ed Boy, the boy you think is bad. Ridley showing up twice
Free.
in ignition.
He's still calling it free.
Hey, what I'm saying about Ed Boy though, he did have a scary set with Raven King. Like Raven King said, that was probably one of the scariest, if not the most scary set I've had at Ignite.
Well, Raven King also struggles against Ridley.
Well,
Just
yeah.
in general.
I mean, with Cairo here.
Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna
we'll
skip
get
that.
to that. We'll get
My
to
bad,
that.
my bad.
We'll get to that.
So shout
Yeah,
outs
settle
to-
down, special guest.
All right.
No,
I'm
learn
just
your
gonna-
place, boy.
and as always, detail railing in the back.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Man, that snake man eventually is gonna get that top 8. Eventually, Detail's gonna hit that top
Detail's
8.
gonna get
Yeah,
that.
dude. My man
Eventually.
D, he's on the up and coming, man. He's on the come
They
up.
sleeping on detail.
Always there, just lurking. In the
Every
background.
tournament too. He doesn't
Every
miss
tournament.
Yeah,
Never misses
the
one.
most consistent player in Smash, Chicago Smash, honestly.
Then we got BTT number 108.
Yep.
Technically should be 109, but considering what happened last
Listen,
week, but-
listen. We don't.
It got
I don't know-
Thanos.
I don't know
got
what you're
Thanos.
talking about.
Yeah.
we got 32 entrants. Super Dan taking this one over Raven King. Look at that.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. So I'm guessing Raven King had to face Super Dan at Ignition. in
He
losers
did.
semis.
He faced him twice. I think.
Yeah,
in
because
winners'
Super Dan got third, so he had to have faced him.
Yeah, it was in losers finals.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he faced him in losers finals.
Yeah.
So Super Dan probably studied the matchup and
Hell
then
yeah.
beat Raven King. So shout out to UR for taking BTT. Then we got Sayuki.
I'm not too familiar with that
It's
player.
the first
at
time
all.
I'm
No
hearing
idea.
him. Jig, who I believe is a Bowser main. And then we have Energy. I have no clue who Energy is.
Energy
But it's
is
cool to see new names.
Energy's Lucina, I think. Right?
Lucina?
He's a good friend of Runaways.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
This is news to me. We got
And,
Mike.
Mick.
There we
Big
go,
Mick.
man.
We got Mike, the Little Mac main.
Yeah.
Still showing up like last week as well. He got fifth, same placement. I like that we're seeing a lot of new names here.
Who's a coward?
A coward
know.
is a
Coward,
Robin
yeah.
player.
He's obviously a
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Robin
I
player?
think so. Yeah,
Holy
I think
snap.
Coward is a Robin player. I'm
That's
pretty
nice.
sure.
Interesting.
And then Ducks rounding out the end.
Dax.
Dax, not
Oh,
Ducks.
that's
No,
sorry.
That's a different
Ducks
player.
was running out.
You didn't
That's
zoom in,
things.
so I can't really see.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's fine.
Yeah,
Zoom in
gosh
just
dang
for
it,
ya.
Bushi.
All right.
That's Dax.
There, yeah,
Dax.
it's Dax. Okay.
Come.
I'm sorry. Apologize.
You have glasses on. Come on. You should be able to see.
It's like in the
Dang.
corner, and I'm like,
No, no,
at an
no, no.
angle. Can't see
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay.
There
Why-
it is.
Don't go smallest to
Game
largest
works.
on Friday.
Huh?
Go to smallest to largest on
No,
Friday.
no. We're
We get top
rounded
billing.
out.
I don't know crap. I'm gonna just stop talking.
Exactly.
Maybe if you
Oh,
watched
wait,
our
you ever-
podcast.
Wait, do you watch the
Watch this
podcast?
podcast?
I do.
No, sure. Do you just skip to the interesting topics that we talk about, like right
Nah, I usually listen to when I'm at work, so I, like in and out
I
if
feel
I'm not
that.
doing stuff
That's
like.
fine. It's
I
2
get it.
hours. We understand.
It's
We usually do it in order.
Wait, 2 hours is like that's a good podcast.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but I let it run on my slow days at work. I go so it's in the background playing.
Yo.
Then we got GameWorks. Don't get hit. Number 6. We got 24 entrants. Archie taking it.
Oh.
Yo.
No PR players.
Mike coming in second.
Right?
No.
Yeah, none of
no.
these are PR
None of
players.
these-
No
PR.
PR players.
Why though?
Yo,
Got
Purr-
seventh.
Shout out to my man Perrin coming in 5th, Jigglypuff main. Let's go.
That means he's out of
See.
school.
Well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Both Profound and Appearing have been out of school for a bit.
Why though? At 7th. I haven't
Who's
seen
Why
him.
though? Oh,
Why thou's
yeah.
the Fox player? He's been practicing. He was very inconsistent beginning from what I saw, and I know he's being coached by a lot of players, but this is the first time he's top 8 at something, you know, and
Unfortunately, though, it's not a PR eligible event.
yeah, no,
No PR players.
It's
Not
under
yet.
32.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but still good showing nonetheless.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Making
really
top
good.
8 at your weeklies is it's improvement.
Yeah,
You know, and
and
that's
it's
all that matters.
that was 24 men too, so it was
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
at least not like a given
Yeah.
top 8, you know.
So after Profound and Purin, we got Milu,
Word.
New name.
new name.
Yeah.
Shaman, new name.
Don't know.
Come down to Tri-Point. We want to meet you.
I don't
Yeah,
know if they're gonna
seriously.
come down to try.
If you can't come down to Tri Point, just make
Either
sure you
way.
get to another tournament so that we can like.
Yeah, we get to know you.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
want to get to know all the players in Chicago.
We don't want to be looking at the top and be like, oh,
Who is
guy.
this?
Oh,
That-
but here's the
that's
thing
a
though.
good-
This is the
that's a cool
start,
name.
right?
Yeah.
So like we notice these names now, but
Good.
God knows like in the
that's
future.
what I'm saying. I
Exactly.
don't want them to go to other
That's why we
tournaments.
want
Yeah.
them to see him at other tournaments so we can get to know him, see him more.
Yeah. See
And
how they
since
play.
there's a
See how they
large
stack up
a
to
large
our
smack
PR.
Yeah.
crap of tournaments too, so there should be more
There's
people.
14 tournaments a week.
5 on Friday.
Wait, there's 14 tournaments. We can
I'm
discuss
trying
that
to-
after we discuss.
Yeah.
We can keep moving, please.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot.
Yeah.
And finally,
And finally,
the
top
coup
of
de
the billing.
grace.
We got
we're,
Tri-Point.
We're not being
Number
full of
60.
ourselves.
Wait, what?
Stop it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We have
When you're
71.
on that couch, you love UGS.
I am UGS.
We have 71 players this week for Tri-Point. Taking it is Frosty.
Frosty the
Boy,
homeboy.
this is the first ultimate. Yeah.
First Tri-Point win. for
No, no.
Frosty.
No.
And,
He won in
Ultimate.
he won in,
Ultimate
he has
Four.
won in Smash 4.
Oh, an
Lib-
ultimate.
In,
Yeah.
in Ultimate, yes.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Ultimate, yes.
That's what we're. I mean, Smash 4 is dead, guys.
Because we got.
No, they brought it here yesterday.
No, yeah,
they
you know
brought
what?
it here yesterday.
had-
That's what
we
I.
had a
That's
setup.
what I thought until I was at Ignition and I was commentating Raven King's match, and I was like, Raven King, is this the first time you've been to Ignition? And he goes, no, I've been here several times in Smash 4. And I was like, that's who cares? It's like that's not what I meant. It was like so that whole Smash. People still bring it up, but yeah, this is his first win in Ultimate. Yes,
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Frosty's first win in Ultimate. Then we got Hydra coming in.
Yes.
Gave
second.
Raven King that.
Yeah,
That upset.
But that whole set was very crazy because Raven King was down 2 sets and it came to he almost two games. Sorry, he almost reversed 3-0'd
Down
him.
2 sets. Like,
Yeah.
Like whoa.
Dang, that's
Oh,
some
man.
crazy long. That's a crazy VOD right there. I had to watch like an hour of that now.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
But yeah, he almost reversed 3-0'd him.
I commentated
Yeah.
those sets.
Yeah, and it was crazy.
That set specifically. And it was one of the most fun sets I've ever watched.
It woke me up.
It
I was
a good one.
sleeping.
Yeah, it was a good
Great
one.
to watch.
Yeah.
I was I don't know how I did it. See,
Sleepy Asian.
I was sleeping and streaming at the same time. All of top
How you
4.
even able to see?
Exactly.
His inner Asian.
I literally
like
all
to
I had
see.
to do was click a button and then I went back to sleep, and as soon as I heard the game end, my body just instantly like clicked it again. I was just like functioning like it was like nothing. And they were
Yo.
Amethyst and Mick were watching me like he's sleeping. He's watching.
He's sleeping.
So rounding out, we got Gus getting 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gus
Ooh.
getting 4th.
He's been struggling.
Yeah.
No.
This
Yeah.
is his best placement at TriPoint so far.
So far.
All Palutena?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all Palutena. He upsetted Fade.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
That was a fun one.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
yeah. That's so like.
Who did he lose to in winners?
I can't remember.
I can look that right
you
now.
can
Yeah,
look
you
it
can
up.
just pull
Who
it
did
up.
Hydra?
Yeah, wait,
Who did he
wait.
lose to in winners?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
He lost to Hydra.
Oh
He
yeah,
lost
he
to
was
Hydra
double.
winners.
Yeah, he
No.
he got double
No,
in my Hydra.
No. He said he was not. He didn't say he was double limited by Hydra. Was it?
He got eliminated by Hydra in loser semis.
I have a question.
No,
Was Raven
Winners
King
side.
in
That's-
winners
Oh,
finals?
winner's side? I don't
Yes.
know.
And lost to
side.
Frosty.
So I see. So
At
Hydra lost to
game
Gus.
5. Yeah.
All right. So Fanfu losing to
Gus.
Gus. I
How could he
presume. Yeah.
lose? Wait,
No.
what?
That wouldn't make sense.
No,
that
he
wouldn't
lost
make
to
sense.
Hydra. That means.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like,
Fanfu
hold
lost to
on.
Hydra.
That
Oh,
makes
that explains his. I think I saw a tweet or something where he says he struggles against Hydra in general.
Yeah, I
so.
was like, hold
Yeah.
on. How
Yeah.
could-
I was like, that made no sense.
Gus had a
one-
long losers run, by the way. He got out at losers round 5. He started there, so he lost early. Not early, but he lost to Fade. So he beat Fade.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then the run back.
that's what he did
Run
say.
back,
He's like,
yeah.
I
Okay.
got the. I didn't understand.
So one thing that's pretty interesting. First of all, Prompto and Sea Salt getting 7th. Good job to them as well. Prompto working on his
Snake.
His snake.
his snake.
Snake.
But one thing that's interesting is that Prompto, who has had the raid tag which consistently ever since raid lost their venue, but Hydra has not been using the raid tag.
Until today.
No, just not at all.
He just like he's using it,
And-
not using it.
Yeah, and so it says Hydra raid on here, but I don't think him or Jimmy are raid anymore.
No, I think all the minus Prompto have dropped the tag.
Yeah, I'm pretty
yeah, I
sure.
think
From what I've
everyone-
seen on their Twitters, I've
Yeah,
been
majority of them
Oh,
just don't know whether they still have a sponsorship or not.
But like we
Yeah.
discussed last week, this is something as a player, if you don't know, well, I presume they know. There's no way they don't know. They're smart enough people to
I mean, I don't
to
know.
ask around. I'm just looking at the aspect of someone like me. Like, if there's ever an issue, the first people I'm contacting is just like let's say UGS has the same issue that Raid has, where they're closing down, they're gonna find a new venue. Like, well, am I still sponsored now? The first thing I'm doing is messaging.
Me.
Yeah, Amethyst.
Yeah, because
I'll be
he handles all
messaging
of
Mick.
he always knows.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
knows how
I-
he
I-
answers.
I'll just message Mick right away. You know, I'd be like, hey,
Who's that?
You know,
He-
You mean the top 8 player?
Yeah, the little man. Yeah.
Let's go.
No, I'd be messaging him and be like, hey, am I still sponsored or not? You know?
Yeah.
He
True.
texts
I
you
mean-
back, haha, no.
Holy
Then he
shit.
finds a new sponsor.
Yikes.
Anyways, but if
There's no
anyone-
way, there's no way a situation like that would happen. Like, if the
I mean,
discussion
I
was
don't,
made,
I don't really know because wasn't it? I believe they were like relatives of someone in the Smash community, and
Yeah,
that's
so-
how they got the
So what it is that
sponsorship.
Santi is the brother-in-law owned Raid,
Yeah.
and that's how they.
So
got
that's my
the-
point.
yeah.
I don't think Santi like knows.
They
Wait,
can use
you
low.
know.
They can use low kick tourney as their
Exactly,
That's what
because
they
like
should, but I
the
don't know.
raid
but
raid
Lokic has
tag
to be
came
like,
from
yeah,
someone.
you're our players.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
thing.
what I'm
So
saying.
you can either discuss with Santi, who's the first person you should be
Yeah.
talking to, or Ryan Porter, who is
Exactly.
the
Ryan
owner
Raven
of
King?
Okay.
We're
Yeah.
spitting game to you guys that are all on Raid. Prompto, Jimbo,
Well,
Rin,
Prompto, you
High
guys said
Razor.
Prompto's still rocking the tag.
we're saying it to every single one of you.
Yeah,
guys.
we just need to
So
know.
even Razor, Rin.
Yeah,
all those-
Razor,
all-
Rin, all
Yeah, if we
Yeah.
if we know like if they're keeping raid or if we're switching them out, that'd be
For
fine
now, I
either way.
presume they're still Raid because they're still on here. It still says
Isn't
Raid.
Rune sponsored by Raid too? Was he as a commentator?
As
Yeah.
a commentator, he was.
Yeah.
So
sponsored.
he may
I
even.
can, I
know.
can just ask
Yeah,
him.
we
You
just
live with
ask
him,
him.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I never
you're
thought
right
about
That's
that.
what I was trying to go to. I'm like, you live with someone that's sponsored or
Knock on the
sponsored
door,
by
my friend.
Raid.
Yeah, it never crossed my mind, believe it or not. Never crossed my mind.
Let's go
Anyway.
Latina Crew and what's his name?
That was a
What?
that was the
Bushi
weekly
expands
roundup.
all of his brain energy on playing Snake. Everything
Or
else
MK.
is just
Or
like,
MK.
or Aaron
No,
Black.
this is what I have to deal with at my house, right? So if I'm playing Smash, it's dubs with Joe, Shane, and Ruin.
Yeah.
I don't play singles in this house. It doesn't
okay.
exist, right?
Alright.
And when I do play singles, it's just Ruins complaining about Snake the entire time. That's what I have to deal with. So my entire basis of living in that house when it comes to Smash is, God, Ruins, shut up. I don't want to hear you complaining about Snake. I was like, Fox is dumb too. He's like, oh, but Fox has to worry about his up smash. You have an up smash with your up tilt. And I'm just like, I have to deal with this on a daily basis. I love Ruins. He's the homie. And I love everyone I live with. It's just sometimes it's a little too much and you just stop thinking. You just, you just
Drown it
play
out.
and have fun. I just play and have fun. And I just start poking fun back at him, I don't worry about raid tags and stuff like that. Also been playing a lot of MK11, so.
Yeah.
Your
At the other
Aaron
day-
Black's trash.
That was
I got a 5th at a tournament, man.
Yeah,
Where'd
where
you
you
at?
at?
Where
I
you
know.
at? You were talking mad shit.
where
Mad shit, and I bodied every single one of you today.
Well, I wasn't talking
we
any
don't
shit.
have we don't have the game.
Yeah, you don't
I just wanted to start a fire.
The guy who owns the game is better than
Hey, man.
right?
I just wanted to start a fire. That's all.
What was that
The
noise?
fire was snuffed out.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, okay, that was not an
Anyway.
invitation for me to
Yeah.
do it again.
Oh,
Give me a
yeah.
week or two.
Oh,
Give me a week or two with sub.
So that was
I
the
got
weekly
the
roundup.
That was the weekly
I got the
roundup.
ambidextrous.
And if you guys are curious as to watching any of these VODs, you can check out our VODs at youtube.com and then just search UGS Gaming.
Yeah, same thing with
Or Underground Studios Gaming.
Backthrow does not have a stream.
No.
Same thing with GameWorks, but Ignition does.
Ignition does have a stream.
Good commentary, just like TriPoint. Both have good
Stop.
commentary duos.
Playing your goddamn Pokemon.
I'm literally just letting it sit here and spinning the Pokestop. That's all I'm doing.
Just turn
Check
it
out the VODs, guys.
No, that's
If
not
you want to check out
turning it off.
Unrivaled's YouTube channel, just go to YouTube and then just type in Unrivaled Tournaments. Find all the VODs. Same thing with us.
Yeah, all the
UGS
VODs usually
Gaming
come
for us.
up the same day as the tournaments.
Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes after everything gets uploaded, so they're pretty much instant.
For the most part, pretty much.
For the most part, yeah.
So,
Sorry.
You okay?
No, for the one VOD that I messed up.
Oh yeah.
It's all good. Don't worry about
mistakes happen.
I can never let Manly Guy.
Shout out
touch
to
my stream
Frosty
ever
going to
again.
get a Frosty at Wendy's instead of being ready for his winners finals set.
Yeah.
Did he really go?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was
He
like
did.
20
He
minutes.
came
I
back.
was waiting for him.
It was so funny too because Frosty, after he finished his winners finals against Raven King, he was just chilling and he was just staring at Mick and Amethyst at the booth. He was just like all happy, he's like chilling.
Well,
He's
you
like-
know why,
like,
man. He was
He's
feeling, he was
all
feeling
like
good.
Yeah, he was feeling good.
He was feeling
Yeah, I'd
really
be feeling good too.
He was feeling a different type. Of good.
Yeah.
Yeah. he had his Frosty. Frosty had his Frosty. He just won winners, and he was just like, "Hi."
I'm chilling.
I'm
Yeah,
chilling.
in the back of his head, he probably knew I can take this tournament, and he did.
So
You know,
before we move away from Smash, I just want to give a little shout out because we finally joined in the rankings of Smash players sponsored Shay. So Shay is officially RPG.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
those who don't know,
Let's go.
Shay was on our
Shay.
podcast last week,
yeah.
Yes.
just telling us about the Princess Peach story and
Melee and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
so
dope,
she's
dope,
our first sponsored player.
Right. For
PM?
for him because he owns his own company of RPGs.
Yes.
I don't want it to be
It's
like
called Rarely Paragon.
yeah,
Gaming.
yeah. I
For
don't
all
want it
those
to be
out
like. And then Shay comes with like an RPG tag, and I thought you were sponsored by UGS. We gotta.
No,
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 We gotta,
no.
yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta make sure.
separate it.
Well,
Yeah,
gotta
that's what
make
I was
sure it's
getting
separate.
at.
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
We're
yeah.
bringing-
It was the
what
first
was your-
sponsor. That's why I said it was my
separate but equal. Yes.
first thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope though.
So yeah, it was,
Equal
it's
rights
a lot of
all
fun. Just wanted to throw that out there before we move away from Smash.
Yeah.
Sponsorships are just cool in general. Without getting into details about sponsorships, I know when I first joined the scene in Smash 4, right, my biggest aspiration after beating Dan was like, give me a sponsorship.
Oh, so you wanted to get that money.
I mean, like you
It's
have to
not
look at
about
that-
money. It's more so about like feeling like you've
prestige.
accomplished it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's like the prestige of it.
yeah.
Like if you're sponsored, like people look at you like, okay, he's a good player. If I beat a sponsored player, right, and I'm
Yeah.
not sponsored, I'd be like, yo, why am I not sponsored?
Yeah.
Let me take his spot type of stuff. But it's always dope. So like when I trained really hard to get really good at Smash 4, even though I was carried because Bayonetta was pretty stupid,
I played.
I
Bayo, so understand.
I played my cards wrong.
You
The
did.
fact
I
that-
totally forgot you played Bayo. Oh my
Hey,
god.
let me get into this diatribe,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I played my cards wrong, so I kept asking for a sponsorship, especially for ETC. I was hitting up Sturm a lot. I was like, yo, like, you guys told me you might sponsor me. Like, when is it coming, right? So and it wasn't like on a daily basis, but it was more like a weekly thing. I was like, yo, what did Joe say? Because I didn't want to ask Joe, because I was too scared to talk to Joe about that
God.
stuff. But I was like, you know, Sturm's the homie.
Yeah.
He'll hook me up.
And now look at you.
You're living with Joe.
Now I live with Joe, yeah. And you
Yo,
know,
I
and
got
when
leveled
the-
up,
when
level 25.
Shut the fuck up.
And when the opportunity came, when Joe actually messaged me, he's like, "What are you looking for in a sponsorship?" And like going through that details and stuff like that, it's
I'm looking
it's scary.
for a roommate. What are you looking for in a sponsor?
Oh, that was years later.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
God damn.
I gotta mute my phone. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know we all have friends, but seriously.
No, this is surprising that someone's messaging me. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kidding.
My phone's always not buzzing.
So after you go, like, it's very scary to go through the details because as a player who wasn't sponsored before, and if you're not close enough with other like top level players, and not being able to discuss with them like what's a good deal and what's a bad one, you know, it's a very frightening ordeal, right? Because like you're kind of stuck with that organization at least for a while, right? So it's like you want a good deal. Obviously, when I was a part of E2C, I wasn't like the tier 1 player. I wasn't Tyroid. Like I wasn't like like
You weren't top 3 PR.
I wasn't top 3 PR. You know what I mean? But I wanted just the like some of the benefits that came with it. And E2C was a wonderful sponsorship, and same with UGS. Like if you're on the premise of getting sponsored, this is to any player out there, whether you're a top level player or a mid level player. If you know any other sponsor players, discuss with them. Not just discuss with like one person. Don't just discuss with like me. Discuss with Net. Talk to JJ Rockets. I mean, like I know he's in South Korea, but that man's been sponsored.
He's dominating South Korea. By
He
the
is.
way.
He is dominating South
He's
Korea.
dominating the whole like region, man.
Yeah.
Philippines.
He's making like Asia his. Yeah.
You know what? You know what?
You know what's really cool, crazy about JJ
with
Rockets?
with
is
Diddy too.
yeah, he's doing it with Diddy and Inkling, but
Yeah.
mostly Diddy now.
He's everyone's just been doubting Diddy so hard, and JJ's like,
No.
you don't know shit.
He probably still SDs.
well,
I love you,
probably-
JJ.
Have you seen some of the clips he's posted on Twitter?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
not gonna
they're
post his
sick.
SDs.
Yeah.
No, I know, but like he does some crazy
It's a
things. Like,
face off against a wolf who's willing to spam him. The entire
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
That no, I'm saying that.
Oh,
That's what
I remember
happens.
that day one when you showed
Yeah.
me.
I was trying
that.
to tell people, I was like,
Yeah.
yo, if this could be an unwinnable matchup, if it's like this the entire time.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But no, JJ Rockets is like I know I wasn't his rival in Smash 4, but he was mine because our set count was atrocious.
Yeah.
I 67-7 by the end span of Smash 4.
Don't you love it
Yeah.
when you have a one-sided rivalry?
Yeah, but I'm gonna use that to my advantage because it's like I use that to get better, right? So when I made the decision to drop Bayo and focus on Sheik, that's when I started racking up wins because I was like, I can fight you in neutral now. I don't have to worry about laggy buttons.
Yeah.
So let me actually play neutral against you and stuff like that. Because he played with Tyro a bunch. So he understood the Bayo matchup when I was like, you're the only Diddy in Chicago, JJ. You just body me and body me and body me every single time. I think I took one set. Yeah, the one popular win I ever had in Smash 4 was against JJ in Grand Finals. And I was super happy about that because I 3-0'd him.
nice. That's good.
And then never beat him again until I switched.
Yeah.
I've only taken one game off of JJ, and have I told you the story?
No.
I think I told you the story.
Oh yeah.
It was at like Wacky or something, and it was Diddy Kong versus Jigglypuff, which I didn't think was that bad in Smash 4 anyway. And so he ended up like I was at like 100 or something, like very close to death, and like he was at like 50, like just barely close enough to be killed by rest. And I went for Sing in neutral, and he just charged a forward smash and mistimed it, and he let go, and he fell asleep, and I rested him. And that's the only game I've ever taken off of JJ.
So bro, you're proud one.
Oh yeah, it was the proudest
I
moment
would-
of my
I
career.
would be so happy if I took a game off of him with Bayonetta, like at Ignition.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if you guys remember this. JJ Rockets didn't miss a weekly for like 5 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was
He
on the
went
tournament grind. He
Yeah,
went
we
everywhere.
remember.
Yeah.
On weekends, he was going to like Iowa and stuff like that to go any monthlies available. So, and the tournaments I went to about 4 tournaments a week, and every tournament I went to, I was either on his side or I had to face him in winners finals, and it was a nightmare. It was like 4 days a week. I had to face this guy not once, but possibly twice
And then-
or 3 times. Like it's like it was a lot. So that's why our set count is so skewed. It's just like for those
because
5
of the
months.
inflation. Yeah.
Yeah, those 5 months when
That's
we were at
wild.
the same place, we were always facing each other. Always.
Sick.
You know what's talking about sick though? Thunder Games.
Yo.
that
You wanna-
tournament last
yeah.
week. Yeah.
69 people.
Well, okay. Let me set the
First got
premise.
20K.
Let's set up.
Wait. You can actually pull up the Smash.gg.
Can we?
You can. It's
The
there.
Smash, it's just the bracket.
Yeah, the
I
bracket.
know. I mean, like, should we?
I mean,
look, look.
this tournament needs to be talked about.
No,
though,
that's
honestly.
I need to say
honestly.
it like.
Oh,
this.
is that the shitty one?
It's not-
No.
no.
What's it called?
Let me
Thunder?
Let me set the
Let's
stage.
set the stage.
What's it
first.
Thunder.
Thunderdome.
Like no.
No, the Thunderdome.
Just type
What?
it- just
The
type it,
Thunderdome.
Thunder Games.
Owner of the Dimsdale
Thunder
Dimmadome.
So
Yeah, no. This tournament was under under
was-
advertised, poorly
Yeah, there it is,
advertised.
Thunder Smash.
Winner
And
takes all.
This thing was
I can't believe the top players even knew about. They
No.
probably saw the money.
No,
and
no,
kept
this
it
is what
low-key.
happened. The first time anybody or most people even heard about it
Yeah,
was through Pound. If you were watching the Pound stream,
yeah.
they were pushing that tournament. No one heard about it. No one even saw any promo for it, obviously.
yeah.
It
But
came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere, and then they were like, yo, next week after Pound, Thunder Smash. Everyone's like, what the fuck? And then they saw the prize pool.
a week after.
A week
like,
after.
late.
Yeah.
A
They
week
said
so late.
They saw $28,000. They said $20,000 to top first place. People said, okay, maybe I can go. So
Yeah.
the official number that says that people registered is 82,
Yeah.
but it's more like it's
was
more like
69.
69 people that actually came out.
Yeah.
Because
Some people
didn't go,
registered
yeah.
but didn't show up.
They couldn't.
if you look at top eight kind of looks like a normal top eight.
Yeah.
Go past
Go before that.
go even to top 16.
Just go to overview.
Go to top 16. You will see that people that don't normally make it to top 16 made it to top 16.
So this is top 16. This looks like
Gimmer, TK Breezy, Hungry Box.
Oh my
See
god.
what I'm saying? Why you see what I'm saying?
What is going
It's
on
because
Rezo made top 8.
yes, and I'm saying that's great to people that made the
Yeah.
top 8. I'm also saying the pay scales also. We also need to pull up this SSP wiki on it because
Yeah.
you need to see the pay scale how ridiculous it is.
It was so skewed.
Yeah. What was that?
It was 20K and it was like a
Just
tenth
let-
of that.
Just
Just
let
let
him pull
let
it
'em
up.
see it. So that
What's it
it's
called?
just-
Thunder
Thunder
Smash.
Smash.
Under Smash, yeah.
You put
I
games
put
anyway.
games.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, right there. It
Which
popped
one?
up a second ago. No, just
It's right-
back.
it's
It's right there. It's
right
under.
there, it's right
It's the
there.
second
This
one,
one?
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there. One day smash.
Yeah.
There it
Look
is.
at that pay scale.
Look at zoom
Okay,
in for
read
me.
this
To,
out
be,
loud,
to be
yeah.
fair, for fifth place getting
Zoom in
$1,000.
for me.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, for fifth place getting $1,000 ain't bad.
But
I'm
look
not-
at first to second though. Look
Yeah,
at
I
I'm not
know.
saying
That-
any. Yeah, I'm
that
not
makes
saying.
absolutely
Holy
no sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
shit.
say one thing. They did promote it as winner takes all.
Yes, and I'm saying to myself, that's probably not a healthy thing. If because they're doing another one in July.
Another winner takes all.
They're doing
They're
another
doing another
Thunder
Thunder
Smash.
Smash.
I don't know if it's gonna be exactly the
Who's
same.
running this?
who has the money to promote
don't
Thunder
know.
Esports.
Thunder Esports. If you
They're-
saw it, they clearly are not ready for Smash. They were not. They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
And this is what I have a problem with when a corporation who clearly is not of the culture
just
just
comes
tries to
in.
get in,
Yeah.
and then they try to get somebody who's of the culture who could try to help it. But if
They're
you
based
watch,
from California.
if you watched any of the stream itself, he was pretty below average of what Gimmer normally does.
Yeah.
And in general, it was just cringy things, cringy skits they were trying to do. There's this thing where they were trying to have Cinny Pie and Vicky Kitty. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it. It was just,
Oh, it was bad.
it was
Oh, it was really bad.
Are you talking about when there were like the two women in the community and stuff
yeah,
like that?
no. When the other commentators started talking, like, yeah, man, we had 2 female women commentate. Yeah,
For the first time ever and stuff like that.
they were like, but it was just like, yeah, it was almost like they were like forced
No,
to say it. It was-
when I watched
seemed
it, it seemed
natural.
like they were confident in saying it. It's just like Vicky Kitty and Senpai, when it went to them right away, they were more like this doesn't need to be said. We're just gamers, right?
Yeah,
Like, we're just people playing the game. It's not like we don't have to distinguish
No,
because we're female.
no female gamer likes being called a female gamer.
That's what I'm saying. That's why what probably pissed them off. That's why they looked so disappointed when it cut to
I
them.
think it was
That's
just
the way
a
I
disdain.
interpreted it.
If
I
you-
think it was just a disdain because they were told to say that.
It was just
Maybe.
people
You know
were
what
just
I'm
like,
saying?
why are we saying it? Like, it just felt
Exactly,
forced.
it's forced.
Yeah.
No one wants to say, like I said, no female gamer wants to be known as a female gamer.
Well,
Yeah.
even like I don't want to say I'm a male gamer. But
that's my point.
That's just
That's
stupid.
exactly
the
the
thing.
point.
That's
Yeah.
the point.
It-
Saying a
it's
female
just-
gamer is just stupid.
yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
dudes.
it's
I'm a
just
black
gamer.
gamer.
Like when I talk about video games with my wife, I'm like, well, as a female gamer, what is your perspective? I just tell her like, so what do you think?
They come up to me as a commentator and go, as a German, Irish, Native American gamer. What is your? Yeah, it's like what?
So as a Hispanic gamer, I feel like
And
that's just not what you do.
and
It
that's
makes
what
no
I'm
sense.
saying.
You should just be
this-
blatantly
this
racist if they ever do
this
that. Just like
You know what I
blatantly
want though?
stereotypical.
I will say this: if there are two real like super Latino,
Cholos.
like commentators at one
Okay.
point. I just want them to start commentating it. I just want them to start commentating like it's a soccer game. Y el otro a la izquierda. Y el otro a la derecha.
What about La Luna and DJ Nintendo when they commentate?
Wait, haven't you watched like the Mexican tournaments? They get really hype.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
No,
I'm
but he's
talking
saying
about
for,
in
like,
America.
mainstream.
In
No,
Like
but
the
have you
Latin American ones, they're fucking amazing.
Have you
Yeah.
seen La Luna and DJ Nintendo when they commentate?
No,
They don't do that because they don't want to be considered stereotypical.
I don't care.
I mean,
So,
most people.
It adds personality like in some
just-
context.
yeah,
but
They
like,
how
sound
fun
like,
that would
like
be.
New Yorkers, though. They just sound
Yeah.
like New Yorkers when they
I
talk.
understand it, but I'm saying like, don't you know how fun that would be?
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, I don't know. I feel like commentary should be fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys know a Tekken player named Eris. He's more of a commentator. He came out with a great video a little while ago, maybe like a month or two ago, where he was watching the Saudi Arabian Tekken tournament. We had like a bunch of Korean players and American players who flew out to play at it. Only had like 100 people, but it was Arabic commentators, and Eris was like, "This is hype. I don't know what they're saying, but this is hype by the way they're communicating, by the way like they're saying down too. So there's some things that he was able to understand and stuff like that. But like just like Mexican soccer, Arab soccer does the whole like goal thing. So it's like they were doing that a bunch of stuff like
It's
yeah.
just
So he's
add
like
a little bit of that spice in there.
So what
yeah,
you're saying
it's
is
like the
Americans have
atmosphere
no
is all that
spice.
matters, right?
It,
So it's
it,
like
it
the
adds
fun you bring to
it
it.
adds to
Get
like
the
the
thumb out of your
things
ass and
because
fucking
like
do
you don't
something.
want something too like monotone or plain.
Yeah.
Because like when you
Sorry,
get that
Angus, you
analytical
can't-
like
you gotta
commentary
go,
or
man.
anything that
I'm
someone
fun.
tries to break
Fuck
down,
you.
We need Hispanics.
You're just too,
and
like-
we need black people.
Listen,
and we
y'all
need
were
apparently
y'all were
Arabs.
tired and exhausted
The
yesterday. I
last
don't know
time
what
we
was
had
going
you
on.
commentating, you almost got our stream shut down because we showed your baby pictures.
There we go.
I don't need.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
slapped the N-word all over the
Hey,
place.
I-
Yeah, 'cause,
I
you
don't-
know, that's fine.
That's
yeah, please
fun.
don't
That's
hurt my
fine.
channel.
There's a
I
difference
like having
between
a
being
channel.
fun and getting our stream taken down.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Hey man. I didn't show any nips. That's fine.
But the word was said, my guy.
Wait. The only time they shut down Twitch channels nowadays is if you say, I'm not saying them, but they say the LGBT bad words, because they did that to my boy Trihex.
Yeah.
Trihex, he said it off camera, but it was like still heard.
Which word?
I'm not saying nothing.
No. Just like give me the first letter.
F.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he was like banned.
Oh,
for
you
3
mean
months.
cigarette?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bundle of sticks.
Bundle of
Yeah,
bundles.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
was.
there's a lot of things you actually can't say on live streams anymore. There's
Well, I
fucking-
mean, no, because they allowed
Take it down.
Trihex and Tyler still to say the N-word and all that stuff. So
I mean,
I know, but I'm saying like when you guys like, oh man, ban, I'm like,
It's just
they hear
from a
the
computer-
word
yeah.
and then they look on screen and it's two white guys.
yeah.
but I was still there.
No, but
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
problem though. No,
like a
if
short
it-
second.
and then I'm
that's the
like,
thing
They
though.
look
Like
away, they'll hear the.
like in certain situations, people can clip it and they can turn
I
it into
know.
like a situation. But like I said,
Or
we're
just
an
like the
organization.
audio.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and
what they do
that's
to
the problem.
PewDiePie
Like
now,
peop
because-
if people
Yeah.
have like vendettas or like anything against someone, they could just instantly like burn you in that kind of situation. And we don't want that, obviously, because we're a company that's
Don't
trying
give
to.
them-
I don't want to get burned.
Don't give them sticks to light.
I chose the wrong word,
Exactly.
and now it's being used against me.
Like, I don't want to burn. It's like, I don't like getting burned either, man. I'm cool.
Don't burn
Oh,
them on a
man.
cross.
People.
I'm cool.
Here's the thing: if people really want, they'll always find something. They'll always find some burning wood. That's the thing.
Hold up. Just,
I'll find some burning
There
bush.
is. But
I
the
think
thing
it's
is,
going
like,
over his head. He doesn't realize what's going on.
I know.
I know what you said. I understand.
He's trying to turn.
I understand.
He's
You
just
shouldn't
digging.
have said
He's
it.
digging harder. And
Listen, it's a turn of phrase. That's all it is.
Anyways, one subject I did want to bring up is I've been reading a lot lately.
I don't believe that.
That's new for you.
You can't read.
No, what? I hate
Wow.
you guys. Why am I here? No, I'm not sure what kind of books you guys are into. If you guys even read.
anime
Yes.
books. Manga. I only
Not
I think
since the
Amethyst.
fourth
is the
grade.
only
I
one that
actually
doesn't
read like a lot of
I know.
nonfiction stuff, like about women abuse, but that's another story.
What is wrong with you?
I'm serious. It's because it's just.
You
more-
find that fascinating?
No, because I have to understand it. That's another time. I'll talk about that, man.
I only caught. I tuned out and all I heard was like the concerning words.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No,
I'm very
wrong with
concerned.
reading nonfiction stories about that stuff.
Well, no. That's the thing. I didn't hear that part. All I heard was like the concerned words, and I'm piecing it together and just like, what are you talking about, my guy? Hello.
This is him every week. We have this
Every
problem
week, every day.
every
He
week.
started
with
talking
Chucky.
about grandma's last time.
Oh, and I heard that. Yeah, I heard that, and that's when I paused it because people started coming into my store.
We
I'm
need,
like,
like-
I'm gonna leave.
No,
this
you
week.
should have left it on because Amethyst. He's like, I'm gonna stop you right there.
He literally just stopped me.
great.
He's like,
Yeah,
"Oh."
we need those, like, you know how, like, sometimes when you have like a movie introduction, you have those titles for people. He's the wild card.
Yeah.
That's him, the wild card. We'll figure out ours later, but he is the wild card.
Hey man, I
Manly
keep it
guy.
a buck, man, because I don't give a fuck.
Lately,
He's don't give a fuck.
What have you
within
been?
the
What have
past
you been
couple
reading?
years, I've just been reading a lot of fiction stories. So a lot of the
Getting
Halo
ready for your
books.
D&D.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys like Halo.
I love Halo. I actually
The
read some of the books. Yeah,
Are fantastic.
I didn't know there were Halo books.
I gave
Um,
up on that series a long time
it's
ago.
very long too. The books are very long.
Well, I really
Not
if you
the books, the actual like the games.
the games.
series.
yeah,
We can discuss that another time. But
Yeah,
the
drop the
books
game.
themselves are so good. I started with like the actual Forerunner series, like the prequels to everything.
Yeah.
If you like politics, those books are perfect for you because it's just a
Okay.
bunch of politics, not much fighting going on. There are a couple fights here and there. But then I started getting into like the actual Spartan stories, like the Fall of Reach and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
The
That's a
Fall
good
of
story.
Reach,
Fall of Reach is so good.
So
Yeah, I might actually.
okay, you know when they say like a page turner, like where you're just on the
yeah,
edge of
you
your
just
seat.
keep going.
Once I hit, think chapter 3 or chapter 4, I finished the book that night.
Nice.
I could not put that book down. It was
Because
like,
everything was just so much. They compact it very well, and like they
was so
everything
good.
everything led up
like
and
when
just
I read
continued to
Game of Thrones
push
the first
through.
time.
Game of Thrones. I actually re-listening to Game of Thrones right now because I drive a lot for my work. So it's just like I put headphones in and I'm
Too
just.
much.
It's 37 hours long. The auto.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's so good though.
That guy must
I'm on
be
book 2
chugging
right now.
a whole bunch of water every single. He's like,
Oh yeah.
And now,
I think
and
he
now,
did it in sessions like.
and
day
now
by day.
drinking from a glass.
No,
Like 20 minutes, you just.
each book is like 37 to 45 hours long for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's great, though.
Yeah,
It's
it's
What?
very long. Oh, but
The
it's
audio.
The audio
audio
books.
oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay. I was like, what?
The books itself is like eight. The first book is like 900 pages, 1,000 pages.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like-
all- they're all
it gets
capping it,
longer and
yeah.
longer.
So you're not,
I mean,
if you're not
imagine.
Why are you calling them books? They're tomes at that point, man. The big old just tomes.
So the first Bible.
I mean, at this point, man, Game of Thrones can start its own religion.
Yo,
Not even joking.
I'm joining.
Yeah.
I want a sword.
There's a couple of religions that I've heard that are
Give me
pretty
some
like out there.
Valyrian
It's like
steel,
the
I'll
Church
be
of
in.
Fons.
Oh, always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's true.
yeah.
No,
the
no,
Church
no,
of
no,
Fons.
no. Like people saw it from Family Guy and actually
No,
made a
it's
church.
a real thing. Yeah, the spaghetti monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, have you seen the Church of Angelina Jolie?
No, I've not heard about this. Isn't there a Kanye West one too?
There is. The
You
Kanye
know,
West
this
church
is
one.
this is why society as a whole is doomed.
Why.
Because
Freedom of religion, bro.
I understand that. I get that. I get that, but like,
If I want to worship my toaster, I'll do it, by Garnet.
I just that concerns me
What
because
if
you're,
I
you're,
wanna
you're
be
turning
God?
you're turning
Oh,
inanimate
oh,
objects
wants
to
to back up.
deities and like gods and like people that are obviously like
What did you call him?
deities and gods.
DDDs?
I thought he said titties.
Deities.
If I want to
Deities
worship
and
these
gods.
titties, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
it,
Oh
buddy.
yeah,
No,
you
yeah.
like capital P's, man. What the hell, man?
He's right.
What?
Yeah,
You
like
like-
capital-
you like
remember
capital
what we call it?
P's.
Yeah, you like capital B's. No, or just
No,
the letter
capital
B.
Lower
P's.
B's. Lower
Yeah.
B's.
You're over here, Mr. Lowercase B.
Yeah.
Wait,
the
hold
wrong
on. No,
direction.
okay, D. That's what I want.
I was making fun of you for last week.
Same joke.
yo,
You fell for it twice.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
You don't remember last week? He said he likes lowercase b's.
But I bet
Upper
me
meant
Uppercase
D's.
P's
is what you like.
is what you like. A girl who's top heavy.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was like you're into P.
like
And
a
then Chucky
euphemism. yeah, okay.
And I meant lowercase D, but I said lowercase B.
Lowercase B.
And he was
likes
so
them
happy
pregnant.
about it. He's
Yeah,
like,
bro, yeah.
Yeah, they're like
Lowercase D's.
Yo,
Whoa,
that's
what? I want belly, man.
That's a thing. That's a real fetish.
Yeah,
so,
but like no, belly was
She got
nothing.
a bonk.
Who needs a dog, man? Just a ball.
Today's UGS podcast is brought to you by the letter bonk.
Oh shit, we're bad. We're terrible.
Oh no.
It's a room full of guys.
Speaking
gonna
of capital P's, we could talk about Pro Jared's penis.
Why?
Wait, I wanted to talk about it, dude.
Okay, I just want you.
Okay,
Where's this
so
going? I don't know.
As four men who are sitting on this table,
yeah,
why
Five.
should we care?
He wants to.
You don't know
He wants to. So I guarantee you, the reason he wants to discuss is the downgrade from his ex-wife now to the chick that
Listen,
he went to.
you're talking about Commander Holly. Okay,
Yeah.
so Commander Holly was Rubber Ross's ex-wife, I think. And basic Pro
Well, I mean,
Jared.
Pro Jared's got an ex-wife.
Do you know who Pro Jared is?
No, I don't.
You don't have any idea.
Just type in normal boots Pro Jared.
Okay.
I
No.
would say-
No. Don't do it. Turn on
search.
safe
You
search.
you could literally just type it in. Google won't
Wait,
allow
wait,
that.
normal.
Normal boots
Normal boots, Pro Jared.
Pro Jared.
So basically, what happened was Pro Jared had released a
That
statement.
motherfucker.
Yeah. I
Was
remember him now.
he?
Oh, I've seen this guy's face everywhere recently.
Yeah,
It's
he used to
completely sick.
have ads on YouTube running all the time for
Yep.
his YouTube channel. So what ended up happening was he released a statement on Twitter saying that he was going to get a divorce with his wife, and then all that
And
stuff
so
like.
basically
Who's his
the
wife?
The tweet was basically saying that there's going to be rumors spread because me and my wife are getting divorced, but this is all I'm going to say on the matter. Don't
His
read
eyes are
into-
huge,
don't-
dude.
Yeah, don't read into anything that you read, and blah blah blah. Basically, like trying to defend himself before anything popped out. But as soon as that post went up,
That's when everything came
another
out.
post got tweeted out with like an underage girl basically posting.
No.
Yeah.
Please.
So this is what happened.
explain
So
it to me, man.
so
because it's just it's
So basically, after he released that statement about how he was going to get divorced with his wife Heidi was basically like, no, fuck this. I didn't agree to anything. This fucker had just blocked me on Twitter, and it turns out he's been fucking Commander Holly behind my back for the last couple
Who's Commander
of months.
Holly?
Type in Commander Holly.
that's gonna be a fun one.
Please tell me they're all safe searches.
Yeah,
Okay, that's all I care about.
yeah.
That is Commander Holly. So Commander Holly, yes.
Yep.
That was Rubber Ross's ex-girlfriend.
Who the fuck is Robert?
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
Robert Ross's. All right.
No, don't even worry about
No,
Ross.
don't worry about
Don't
Ross.
worry about Ross. You
But
can type
so
in,
basically, the Heidi.
Heidi O'Farrell.
Yeah, type in Heidi O'Farrell, because that was.
Heidi O'Farrell is his ex-wife.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I googled it myself. That was Pro Jared's ex-wife.
Wait, no! No!
Yeah,
No! Why will you do, you dumb ass?
that's his.
You
That's his
dumb ass!
I'm so confused.
Literally everyone. This is everyone's like.
No!
Everyone.
Pro Jared, you're a dumbass.
Wait, hold up.
Fuck
Wait,
it.
wait for it. Wait
Hold
for
up,
it.
hold up.
This is
Is she-
the one where everyone's just like, why?
Wait, hold on. We didn't see the other chick, so we didn't see the other chick's backside. So
It doesn't matter.
still.
Her face is a lot
Right there
better.
with the black hair. That's the other girl.
Go over to the right. Go over to the right.
The one with
that
the black
one.
hair.
No, left.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
That's them. All three of them in a row.
100% left.
Why?
Hey man, everyone has their own.
Okay,
No,
but no.
man,
Here's
I
the
mean,
thing.
he ain't
The story.
like the best looking
story is
guy.
not over yet.
Anyway,
Oh, story's not done.
So
No,
basically.
No, that's enough for me.
Listen, that was the start.
So now, if
Oh, no.
if it was just that, people would have cared for a while, and it would have fell on the face of the earth, but it would have been fine. It basically would have been Dr. Disrespect all over again.
Yep.
However, what ended up happening was
disrespect the Doctor Disrespect.
I love Dr.
I know.
Disrespect.
I love
Dr.
Dr.
Disrespect.
But here's the thing.
But what happened?
What happened was
Yeah.
it turns out a bunch of other people came forward and were like, actually, Pro Jared has been sexting me for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
And it was person after person after person.
Like,
He was texting like 50.
Get it correct. It was female after female after
What
female.
it was like he was sexting like 30 different people at once, and some of them were not of age.
Some of them were at the very youngest, I believe, was 15,
Haha, oops. Haha, oops.
and a majority of them were not called for. They kind of like they just started like following him on his social media, and
like,
then
hey.
And it was
Hey.
they're like,
non-consensual.
Hey, like yeah, like hey, is this the real Pro Jared? And then he sends.
Penis.
We should not be laughing at this.
Do I look
terrible.
like the real Pro Jared?
Snapshot after snapshot and screenshots of like all these.
If
female
you
like-
really
Okay.
wanted it, you could find
I
him
just
naked.
I just want to say
easily.
this before like my mind blows up. You have lost all. This man literally has no sense of like.
he dropped from like 1 million subscribers.
He's like
You have
850
your,
now.
your ex-wife was completely like you could have just
Oh, she was gorgeous.
gorgeous
She's-
wife.
She is one.
Cos-
Okay,
Cosplays.
just because she's gorgeous does not mean she was a good wife.
No.
You
This is
don't
obviously
you don't
from the like the
understand, homie.
shallow
Yeah.
shit. You know.
Yeah.
Like you don't understand. Like just in general, like she had such a good presence in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like for him to like You
Do her
understand
this
me?
dirty?
To do her that dirty. Like,
And-
it
With
just
under-
and
underage.
not only that, but apparently
No,
they.
I agree. He's a fucking idiot.
He said she in her Twitter in Heidi's Twitter post, she basically said they've been going to counseling for a long time, and she's been suspecting of Jared of cheating for a while, and he's been
so he's just a dickwad.
assuring her that he was not cheating. And not only was he cheating with Commander Holly, he was sending nudes to like 30 different people, and he was telling those fans
Apparently-
that he was in an open relationship.
Yeah, apparently he's also he also was very mentally abusive to her.
Oh, so he's just a dickwad.
Yeah, he's just a dick.
Yeah.
Turns out
see-
So
he's
when
a
I was
terrible person.
when I was playing when I said like, oh, maybe it's like
What's the reason for
the
him,
wife
sorry?
wasn't a good wife and stuff like that. It's just to play devil's advocate.
No,
'Cause I
that's
always-
fair. That's fair.
I'm not
No,
trying to
and
defend him. He's a dickwad. I understand he fucked up big time.
No, 100%.
I just always like to play devil's advocate.
I understand your point,
Yeah.
and I was the same way because I was a fan of his. I did
Yeah.
enjoy some of his some of
I
the
never
Let's
watched
Plays.
it.
What's the
and
reason
stuff like
he's like famous, and what's
Normal
the reason?
Boots.
Normal Boots.
that. So
What's-
Normal
I-
Boots was started by JonTron and PBG, Peanut Butter Gamer.
Okay, I know who JonTron is.
Okay, they started Normal Boots, which was a website where they did basically what Screw Attack did. They featured other YouTubers and other small gaming channels to try and boost their views.
Yeah.
So Pro Jared was one of the first few people that they added to the crew.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
basically, what he just does video game reviews.
He just does
stuff
game
like that.
reviews and Let's Plays, and
Yeah.
he has his Twitch channel.
Normal stuff.
So just regular gamer stuff. He doesn't really do stuff out of the box. But then
He just got into the right org at the right time.
he
and
he
got-
basically just made friends with the right people, and he grew from there as a group.
Well,
of
Pro
people.
Jared, you fucked up your life. Congrats.
Yeah. So
He's probably
wait, hold
he's
up.
probably
He
going to
didn't fuck
jail.
up his life,
no, he's
but he
probably going
definitely-
to jail.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Again,
This is
right
what
at
I'm
the
gonna-
moment, they're like I said, they're snapshots and
Yeah.
everything else, but there's no court.
But
Yeah,
still, this is
is
gonna
exactly
put him
what
in a
I-
really bad hole.
What I wanted to say is
Yeah,
that
he dug
this
himself
is
in a bad ditch.
Exactly what everybody says about almost everything that happens. Disrespect. JonTron when he had the whole race shit.
Listen,
a couple years,
JonTron lost a lot of people.
but he's gained it.
He's not. He
He's
hasn't
not.
gained back
He's
yet.
not. Yeah,
He's not the
yet.
same
It's
person
not.
he was when he had that
But,
before the
but
issue.
what happened with JonTron, and the only way this will happen, this will be a good spin, is that JonTron literally dropped off from social media.
Yep.
Like he did nothing for a long while before he realized that okay, people want me back. There's still fans out there. I have to do something for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You understand me? And I was one of those people because again, politics is politics. No one gives a shit. You understand me? You and I can disagree on politics all day. I'm still your friend.
Yeah.
And that-
There are some
I'm-
people in this world though. I've actually lost a couple of friends.
Yeah, I have a few of them.
Like they were Trump supporters. I'm not, right? Not to say that I disagree with everything. I consider myself more of a centrist, like central point of view and everything.
Yeah.
And what from some friends, they would either call me. Some friends would call
You
me
heard
like,
it. He's just not.
I'm just
Go
not
ahead.
acknowledging.
Moving. Go. Sorry.
Some friends would call me a snowflake and stuff like that. Some other friends would call me Hitler and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, like just in general. Like if you support Trump, you're this, and if you support the Democratic side, you're a snowflake and stuff like that. Which in reality, it's like, yo, bro, I'm just trying to talk. Like if we're gonna bring up politics and stuff like
Let's
that.
be an
like,
adult.
Let's be an adult.
Yeah.
Have opinions. You know what I mean?
We're not.
That's a
those
hard thing to
anymore?
have though in the society
Wait.
sometimes.
No, it's not true. If you
Everyone
watch
has
Joe
the best
Rogan,
opinion.
that Joe Rogan brings it up. He's like, we just forgot how to talk to each other.
that's
That's
very
the
true.
biggest
Said,
thing.
Everyone's opinion.
It's because we have this in front of us all the time now.
So
Yeah.
like, on our way here, Ugo and I were talking about like, Kanye West.
lovely person.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're literally just talking about Kanye West, and I was like, like how everybody was like, man, I don't want to support Kanye West, but I'm like, I started thinking about it, it's like, especially around the black community. I was like, all the things like with Jussie Smollett, R. Kelly, and other things going on, and y'all still really hating on Kanye West for having a different opinion.
Yeah.
Damn, we out here. Huh?
This
Some
isn't
people
like
just
a,
hate to hate.
this
not a
isn't
different
like
opinion.
a,
I know.
It's not.
It's
but,
not a
but I mean,
different-
it's not even close. But it's not even close to what other people
Are you
think.
sure?
I mean, is he
I
out here?
guarantee you he's got skeletons in the closet. He
Of
just
course,
has
but
enough
not-
money to bury him.
Probably, yeah. That's
all I'm gonna
okay,
say.
Okay, if that's the case, then yeah, that's different.
But as far as we know, the only thing that people were upset and like really upset with him about was the fact that he supported Donald Trump. When in reality, it's just like, who
It's
cares?
Kanye West.
Yeah.
Let him support Donald Trump.
Let him
He's
do whatever the hell he wants.
duplicitous.
Let everyone do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah,
that's the main point.
That's the thing about
As long as you're
about
not
all
hurting
that?
others. As long as you're not hurting others.
Okay.
You can have your own
I-
opinion.
That again is debatable. That in its that the essence of debate is the problem.
And now we're to the politics part of it.
So
Yeah,
yes,
the first time.
this
Well,
is UGS politics.
Anyway, but back to the original point. Pro Jared
Oh yeah.
What a fucking idiot.
Oh yeah.
is
Yeah.
a complete dumbass.
What a dumb
I-
dummy.
If any of you ever see me trying to hit on another woman,
I'll slap you.
just kick me in the dick, please.
So.
Because my wife is too good to me.
So
for
what
me
you're
to do
saying is that we
something
should all be disloyal motherfuckers.
No,
right?
I'm saying
No,
kick
no.
me in the dick.
Okay, except for you. The rest of us can be disloyal, but you have to be loyal.
I'm too loyal. I ain't do
I'm
that.
married. Happily.
Who you loyal
Married.
to?
Myself, I'm
Yo
alone.
hands?
Maybe.
Wait. So you talking about red pill, man? That's all right, man. I like you. Let's go red pill.
Let's go red pill.
Are you on that red pill wave, man?
Stroke the ego.
I mean, that's why you on. That's why you're on that red couch, though, right? Yeah.
That's a stretch.
That's
That's a stretch.
don't
Yeah.
talk about my red couch like
Hey, man, he's a red pill life.
that.
He be focusing on getting money, man.
Anyways,
Yeah.
But I know we went on this subject about Pro Jared, but the reason I brought up books was to ask if what you guys like to read. I know Chucky likes nonfiction.
I like to read a lot of things, but it's like just because I've had to deal with a lot of people who've been through abuse and stuff like that through their life,
Yeah.
and I don't like asking them questions all the time because they just don't feel comfortable at it. So I had to start reading nonfiction. I was like, oh wow, this is actually pretty interesting. Pretty sad, but I mean,
Yeah.
pretty interesting nonetheless. But yeah, fantasy's pretty nice too.
What about you, Todd?
What do you read?
I don't think anyone can look at me and not see what's on my shirt.
Well, comics.
Comic
Yeah.
That's,
Okay.
that's what I read.
Idro?
I haven't read too much recently. I've been reading more manga, but
What type?
That's
of manga?
reading.
I don't find more.
It's
pictures.
visual
It's
novels.
visual novels, yeah. But
I mean,
Hey.
comic
Caught up on
books.
Attack on
Wait,
Titan.
what?
Yeah,
What type of mangas are we talking? Are we talking about the?
No, stop trying to bring that back.
I read I read almost everything manga wise except for what you're going towards.
I was gonna ask just like.
but I also
is
like
action
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
I'm a fucking.
Yeah, it's a special action.
It's a type of action.
What's wrong with you, man? I'm trying not to think about this shit.
That's what you do.
No, it's just like you're like
That's in the downtime.
now. It's like now I'm gonna read a manga. I'm gonna be like, huh? I guess I should read one of these actually. Fuck it. No,
Yo, I'm tired of seeing this freaking tune mix on my
Yeah.
my Facebook
Yeah, no, but
feed.
for actual for something like of more
No
like
idea what that is.
No, I do. No, I do.
or more like something in depth. I like to read like mysteries and like I'm a hopeless romantic, so I'll read romance sometimes when I'm super
Twilight?
bored. No, like
Yeah, if I
like
have,
the
50
bigger
Shades?
ones I actually just started reading was To All the Boys I Loved in the Past, like that whole
that's a good
series,
book.
and then Crazy Rich Asians. There's actually a trilogy on that. I was
Really?
I was gonna pick that up and read it because I heard the books are actually really good.
movie's fun.
Movies.
Movie's
The movies don't do justice to the first book from what I heard.
No.
I'm gonna probably read the first book throughout this summer when I have more free
I didn't know
time.
that was a trilogy. I just read the first
Yeah.
one.
No, it's like literally the beginning of like the relationship, and
Yeah.
then like a year later, and
Oh,
then
cool.
like she finds out something later on, and it's all
So
fucking
when you
crazy.
read romance, like I've never read a romance book, so I don't know anything about it. Like, what is it? Is it just like, yo, is it we like each other, but
It's like
happens?
There's always conflict.
It's there's always conflict. Have you ever watched a Korean drama before, or seen like how Korean dramas play out?
Some
Or a
of them.
Hispanic.
It's
novella.
literally like
That was
yeah,
my
it's
favorite.
literally like
It's a
that in a
novella.
romance novel, but there's just more like character depth and plot sometimes in it, depending on what you're reading. If you're reading a teen romance, you're just gonna get the gushy shit. And sometimes if you want to be just like dead bored and read something and be like, oh, that makes me feel good inside, that's what you read.
Because my mom used to read like some really bad ones and describe them to me.
Oh
And,
yeah, you get
like,
some of that
she
sometimes.
Shared like some of the ones from Fabio, like when he was popular at some point, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
Sound like some snuff, like steamy stuff. I'm like, "This
No,
is rough."
I ain't about that super steamy stuff. I like the idea of romance. As much as I'm single myself, I think romance is cool and like what you
Oh,
can get
so
out
you're
of
not
it.
red pill, huh?
Yeah.
You suck.
No, I'll work for myself, but I also like the idea of romance and like that kind of stuff.
No.
Sorry,
Would you be spending
I'm
money
like-
on chicks, man?
I
You
did,
trick.
but I know better
You
now.
a trick, huh?
No, I
You a
did
trick.
in the past, but I know
Yeah,
better
you a
now.
trick, bitch. That's a fine.
I'll put more money into
Come on.
myself. You see me what I do today? I just bought something for myself. I need that
Yeah,
shit.
but
Calm
if
down.
if that was a chick, you'd been like,
Hell no, I'm gonna be not spending that much money on a chick right now. What the hell?
Anyway,
That, if
Just-
it,
just as a side note, if I have to pick a book series, because I do read a lot of books, majority of it is fiction, fantasy. Because I just enjoy.
Look up Age of Myth.
I've read them.
You have.
Yeah.
I've only read the first book.
the Olympians and Percy
So-
Jackson stuff's good too.
Yeah.
I don't think
They
I'll
have-
ever read
they have-
Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson
Out of
literally.
spite.
That's no. I love Percy Jackson series because it's just not the
That's
Olympians. It's also the Egyptian gods, the Greek gods, and it all combines into the same plot. So like they all exist in the same world.
That sounds.
And expands. It's like 20 books. It's so nice. It's a good like modern novel for like just
That's
something
like
to,
for almost
to get
Try,
through. Yeah.
try the Alchemist series though. That was my favorite.
Yes,
Oh.
Except
I actually
for the
read
final
that.
book. The Enchantress was ass.
I actually
didn't.
didn't. I actually haven't finished that series. Actually, it's been a
telling
minute.
you, the Warlock, that shit was flames. Through and through, cover to cover. I was like, yes. And then you got to Enchantress, you're like,
What is this?
It was like, I think I read the book and I was like, the last 50 pages were the only ones that was worth it. I was like, you motherfucker. Because he was also apparently like
Zach
came
is like,
to
I'm
our
like
ready to
school.
talk
Stephen
about
King.
my books now.
No, what's crazy about it? That guy that first wrote the Alchemist series. He like came to my middle school, came to Ira Jones. Let's go, 6th grade. He said,
Nah,
"Oh yeah, we're gonna
JFK
have
all the way.
nigga." I went to JFK after 6th grade. Yeah, so fine.
That's true.
Anyway, so he came to our school. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a movie deal. We're gonna do it soon enough. You know, it's gonna be like all those other movies." I've been waiting for 13 years for that movie.
We've been wait. Oh, you're waiting for a movie. We're waiting for the next book for Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
been
we've been
9
waiting.
years.
13 years, 9 years, not the same.
We're
fam.
getting close.
They're probably gonna release that book as soon as the series is done on TV.
I think you know what. I'm gonna be really angry because this is my suspicion: is that episode 6 is gonna air and it's gonna finish, and then immediately after, you know, how they do the commercial and the after stuff, they're like, go pre-order.
Yeah.
Oh,
Winds of Winter.
J.R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
George R.R. Martin's last book.
He's just out
And
there
then that's
saying-
how you make money, baby.
And that's how you sell.
George
and
R.
that's
Martin's
how you
like, this is
market.
how I'm gonna make all the money right now.
He's like, I never had to think
Because there's
about
no
a
way
thing
in
ever
9
again.
years that he's not close to at least finishing that
It
damn.
could
You know,
have-
you know,
Writer's
you know.
block type
There's
of
this
shit.
whole theory where like he was writing the book and the details throughout the whole final season, right? People were saying that while season 8 was being put
Maybe.
through, he was writing the final book as well. Like, so they are pulling parts of it from the series. So he's waiting for everything to finish, and then, like you said, maybe see episode 6, everything's done. He's like, all right, here's my
Winds of
final
Winter.
piece
So
of
my
godly
question is-
work.
Or
When
if
did
he's
they
smart,
deviate off
if
the
it's
books?
what's up?
What season did they deviate off the book?
Deviate fifth.
Fifth,
Fifth
yeah.
season, 5th book.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
They could have just done a hiatus.
I mean,
if
in
they
all
wanted
honesty,
to.
they skipped a lot of stuff in every season.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
That's why you
they
have
they
it's best
tried
to read
their
the books.
best
Yeah.
to keep to the exact like series of main events.
I always hated the opinion of like the books are better than the show because like
because you can pack more detail into a book.
But I don't like looking at that opinion simply because like they're both different forms of medium.
there's a huge there's
You
a
know,
huge
so-
there's a huge thing when it comes to to filmmaking and like directing and all and the key, one of the main keys is show not tell.
Yeah.
And that is a huge problem when you're talking about a book that is 900 pages.
Yeah,
They're
changing
telling
it.
a lot,
Yeah.
but you can't show everything
Everything.
that they're telling.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
pace, the way that they could pace the books and sometimes like go from like a moment to like instantly and then go back is so easy.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
if this like even think about it, okay, this is a series that began on a network that allowed them to do everything that they could possibly do with it. Okay, not only that, each episode is an hour long.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
It's already an hour. Imagine trying to fit more because you're trying to piece somebody. That'd be a movie.
And that's
every
not
single-
even, they even
It's
did that.
45 minutes. technically.
Exactly,
It's
but that's my
45
point.
minutes.
Could you imagine if they gave them 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be a series of movies and instead of episodes. That
Yeah.
Nah.
that's too much. No one will want that.
And they already did it for the second half of season 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
each
they
episode right now is an hour and a half long.
yeah, and they gave them an extra additional amount of time because these scenes are so much like
There's
there's
too
so
much
much detail.
detail.
They can't cut
You
these.
can't skip. You can't skip at this point.
Yeah.
I really recommend watching the show first and then going to the books because you'll get a lot more. That's how I did it.
I
Yeah,
agree to that. I 100%
I-
agree to that too.
So I read the first 3 books before I started the series because I heard everyone talking about the series when it first came out, and I was like, I'm not on that train. And then somebody was like,
And now you
should
are.
really read the books if you're gonna want to try and watch the show. And I was like, okay, fine. So I read the books and I was like, okay, this is interesting. Then I watched the first season and I was like, this is ass.
Oh, the first few episodes are
They're
drag.
atrocious.
Yeah, it's
They
so
are
slow.
drag.
No,
here's the
no,
thing.
I'm gonna tell you
But
right.
once you get
Go ahead.
past those 3 episodes, you start getting
It pulls you in. Yeah, it
the
pulls you in.
politics just
Yeah,
pull you
it's,
right
it's
in.
It's because you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, 3 hours of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
it's still-
promise
it's
you
not
right
like
now.
it's bad, 'cause
But-
I started rewatching the first season,
But
and
you
it's still
find
not bad.
you find
but-
a sudden appreciation once you get over that hump.
yeah.
You understand me? And then after that, it drags you in and it doesn't let go.
Yeah.
See, that same mentality though,
Like,
is the same
think of
thing
it-
that anime watchers have to go through.
Well, think of it
But
more
look,
of
you
like,
watch anime all the time.
think
so
of
it's
it
fine.
more of
And I'm
like a
So you understand it.
think of it more of like a roller coaster.
But-
When you get loaded into the roller coaster and you start going and you
imagine
you
a
see
ride
that
that just
giant
keeps
see that
going
giant
up.
peak and you're like, all right, we're gonna go up this little peak, and it starts taking forever. Yeah, because the car's just going real slow. But once you get to that peak, that slope never ends.
Yeah, I was a huge.
So I'm dying.
No, but
So, yeah, you're
Like-
dying, but
like-
in a
like-
good way. You're like your blood
Yeah.
is rushing. You're getting real excited, and things are happening. Then you at one point you faint because you like don't understand what's going on. Then you come
Yeah.
back and you're like, oh my god, we're still going
I'll,
down.
I'll say it like this, Chucky. I usually don't overreact when I watch something like that. Like every now and then, like when I watched Moana for the first time, I did tear a bit, right? But I never like full out cry from a movie. I never full out scream from a horror movie. Like I never overreact. But when season 5 ended, I was screaming in my house. This is how good the show is.
Yeah.
My mom thought I was getting murdered in my basement.
oh, what's going on?
And I'm screaming like she's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't want to wait a year. I don't want to wait a year. I need to
Yeah.
know what happens right now."
Yeah, no,
You
I
know what
had
mean?
I had the hugest. I hated Game of Thrones just because of relation, like how or not or association to the show and other things in my life at that time, and I was blatantly like, I'm never gonna watch this show. I got convinced. My ex was like, just please watch it with me, and I hated it.
I know that.
I hated that. I hated it. I hated it. But like as soon as like episode 5 of season 1 came in, I'm like, damn it.
You know,
Yeah, this is
So-
good.
And I'm stuck. And this is I as a person, this is what I do, and I'm very guilty for doing it. If I don't like certain parts of a show, I'm gonna skip and skip and skip. Game of Thrones, I watched the whole fucking thing, and I'll watch it a second time because that's how enticed I am by the show, and it's
Yeah,
really
my-
bad.
My wife walked in
To you watching porn?
to me watching it, and she
basically
instantly thought of it.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is
She's
one
like,
basically-
what the, like,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, it's not what you think. Sit down and watch. And she was like,
She was like, "Oh, what kind of
What
kink
is
are you
this?
in?"
no, I literally, that was honestly, that was like almost verbatim what happened. She
I
like
got
just-
my parents into Game of
that's all I
Thrones,
was
my
like,
mom
I
and
was
my
like,
sister.
just sit down and please just bear it with me. And she was like, okay. So she sat down, watched episode 6 from season 1 with me. And when we finished it, she's like, okay, I got to start from the beginning.
Yeah,
So I was
it's
like-
good.
I was
It's
like,
good.
you don't want to start from the beginning. And she's
no, but
like,
this is
okay.
the thing that I've seen this one that there's a guide for episodes you can like if you don't really want to like commit hardcore. There's like a guide of 12 to like 18 episodes that you can watch. You'll be fine in. I don't think episode 1 is even considered.
No, because
an
episode it's like
So
it's the plot.
Like
It's
Yeah.
They're not the
like,
plot,
If
the-
you
what's it
don't
called?
do it, you're
Pilot.
gonna like regret you didn't do it.
Okay.
You understand me?
Yeah,
Because there are certain scenes and certain things that it's just enjoyable.
Everything has a. This is what I like about Game of Thrones because the books are so massive and you have to compact a 900 page book in 10 hours, right? So every scene has its purpose, especially the first 5 seasons. After, I think we discussed this before. The first
God,
5 seasons, everything you see has an importance because it'll play some aspect later.
Oh my god!
Mhm.
Does like you the best part about it is like you'll watch it, pay no fucking mind to it, right?
and then like
and then
6
it-
episodes
like
later it
six
comes up.
later, 6 episodes
No,
later,
sometimes
they're
a
like,
season or two.
Yeah.
later.
exactly.
You're like-
They're they're like, hey, remember that one thing in that one room at that one time that you didn't pay attention to? Slap, it's important now.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my god, that
You know,
happens
and
so
then you
much.
sit there
too.
and you're like, holy crap, I remember that one thing in that one room that
And-
was one time.
and it happens
there.
a
And
lot,
they don't
like,
do
sometimes,
flashbacks.
yeah.
They start doing flashbacks later, but it's not the flashbacks you think of. Like, oh, this is the one thing we're talking about. It's like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you have to go back to try.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized, man? It's like 4 people on the other side trying to convince us two to watch. Like,
He's
Game of
watched,
watched it.
He,
Well,
he
he's-
just
he's
hasn't
watched-
continued.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
He
it's just-
enjoyed what he watched.
Huh?
Game of
So-
Thrones. He's in Pokemon Go right now. He's in Pokemon Go world right now.
Oh wait, oh yeah, we didn't. Even
All
get
I've been
to-
seeing is
what-
this
what
on
kind
his
of
phone.
books do you even read? Yeah, we didn't even get to that.
I don't read. Oh wait, if you want.
Pokemon Go. I don't read.
Okay, my biggest thing is that if I'm gonna read anything, I usually just read horror stories. That's pretty much it.
Ooh, I'm a huge horror story guy too.
I will
actually.
make a challenge to you. You should start reading manuscripts.
What?
Manuscripts are
Start
good,
reading
yeah. Manuscripts would be good for you.
So
actually.
manuscripts are the very beginning stages of what you see on a film, or a movie, or a show.
Okay.
And they sometimes contain dialogue, sometimes they don't, but they're just very descriptive and very detailed, because they're basically the storyboard before it becomes a storyboard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
You could do poetry too.
I feel like I feel like you would enjoy just reading that.
I might. If anything, instead of reading, which is weird because I don't really like reading, but I write a lot. I used to write a lot.
I feel like you're that type of person that like you are the type of person audiobooks were created.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't read the scary stories. They are read to me. But when I say,
Oh, I love reading scary stories to myself. Like
But-
I'll just sit there and read.
but
if
that's
I'm
like
bored.
the thing. Like it's like what that you still use the word read. Like what are you gonna hear? Oh, I heard someone tell me the story of this story.
It's
Like,
all imagination.
you just say read. Yeah. I just said, oh, I read this story the other day, and it was an audiobook, but it's still the same thing.
I mean, you
Yeah,
heard.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's becoming
prefer-
more. That's becoming more not.
yeah.
I personally prefer to actually have like a paperback, read that way over audiobook. The only reason I listen to audiobook, these are Game
Of
of Thrones
convenience,
are
yeah.
large books,
Yeah.
right? So it's like-
Tomes. How many
yeah,
times?
they're tomes. 5 large tomes. And so it's like when I drive a lot for my work, it's just like I don't want to listen to music. I've already listened to all my songs 1,000 times, so let me just throw on something that it's gonna take me a long time to finish. So I always start from Game of Thrones book 1, then go to book 2, all the way to book 5. I enjoyed the audiobooks, but when I read the Game of Thrones books, when I had the tomes in my hand, especially
The Bibles.
the prologue in the first book, reading that was such a different experience than just listening to it, because you can kind of zone out when you're listening. You know what I mean? Compared to like if you're putting your full attention to the paperback or the tome, you're invested at that
Listen,
point,
I
right?
don't do
So and
paperback.
Game of Thrones.
Hardcover all the way.
Hardcover. Barebacks.
What George?
Good
why,
lord.
Why I love George R. R. Martin so much is just
Why do I have to sit next to him?
I told you to switch seats last week.
it's kind of sad.
You don't
what
want to
she's
sit
saying.
next to him.
Mike, you.
Yeah,
Well,
can
it's
we
not.
fight then?
I love my seat right now. I feel so special in the
I feel
couch
like having
alone.
my kids in the back seat to just be.
Yeah.
Chucky's belligerent and Bushi hates everything I love. That's
Oh, we agree on a
Listen,
couple things.
we had this talk
both
last.
like MK.
We had this talk last. We had this talk last week. You are the hipster of the table.
You
Yeah,
are the
exactly.
He's the wild card. You're the hipster.
I'm not a hipster.
You
Why
are.
am I a
You are a
hipster?
hipster.
You
How?
hate everything
You hate
that we
Star
love.
No, I don't. That's not true.
You hate Star Wars.
I do. Well,
What do you
That
like?
is all. That is so hipster. You hate Star Wars.
I hate Star. I hate
Do you like
fucking.
Star Trek?
He hates,
No, I
he
fucking hate
hates
sci-fi shit like
He hates
that.
pop culture, man.
I hate sci-fi shit like that.
That sounds hipster.
He
I
hates-
don't
he
like-
hates pop culture.
I don't like anything.
Your favorite horror film is a found footage film.
Yeah.
That's hipster.
This. Who cares?
What's the film, by the way?
Blair Witch.
Yeah, that's so hipster.
No.
Ah,
You.
So
You're.
hipster.
That's.
look the way he's dressed too, man.
right now.
I'm wearing a coat. It's cold out.
Look at your pants, man. Too. Look at how he's dressed up.
What's
He's
wrong
trying
with
to.
his pants?
Chinos?
Don't talk about his
Hey,
weight.
from a hipster to a hipster, you're hipster.
Huh?
From a hipster to a hipster, you're hipster.
Hipsters don't ever
Yo.
acknowledge themselves being hipsters.
Exactly.
You fuck one.
Yeah, it's like if you call yourself a king, what's the point of calling yourself
I'm
a
a
king?
fake
You have
fraud.
authority.
But you are
People
hipster,
understand
Zach.
What's a
that you're
king to a god?
You see, I just
God
don't
to a
like.
king.
I just
God
don't.
to-
I've as much as I've like.
What's the part after that?
What's a god to a non-believer?
Oh, there you go.
Who don't believe in anything.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
But I just
Make
don't
it
really
out
like
I
you talk
forgot.
about fantasy stuff like D&D and stuff. It's just I've never really been into it. Same thing with like
You have
sci-fi.
to play D&D with me.
I like D&D. It's just that everyone I've ever played with is just they're boring, bad.
Dungeons and Dragons.
You
for
need
anyone.
to. I need to DM for you. That's what
Sure.
I'm hearing because everyone loves my story somehow. For some reason, I'm a good DM.
Sure.
Oh,
I
you
don't.
like DMing?
Oh,
Stop.
Dungeon Master. We are nerds.
Is this normal for him? Like I listen
Oh,
to podcasts.
If
I
this
listen
is
to it,
a
but I
little-
tune them out sometimes.
Well, this is a little above average.
This is a little.
Usually,
this is above
usually,
average.
usually it's a
Oh,
little tone back. I think his cousin's the ones.
No, it's not even
making
just
him
that.
push
It's also because it's
forward.
later, and I'm just like tired-ish.
Yeah,
This is your fault.
This
Whose
is your
fault is
fault.
that?
Hey, man, I gotta get swole. I gotta make sure everybody else gets swole around me.
Chucky, call time was at 6:30, dude.
Nah, 7:30.
And it was 7:30, and everyone was here, and you didn't get here till like
Yo,
9:30.
man, hey, we were running on our own Nigerian time, not CPT time. Nigerian time, man.
2 hours late. That's worse than air at.
Bro,
We're gonna
I'm
go-
Filipino.
Nigerian time-
CPT
you're
time
lucky.
is
It's actually
horrible
3
for
hours
us.
normally, but
Next-
I'm not coming.
Yo,
to
yo,
next
yo.
Technically,
Yo,
it is.
you
Next
can't
week-
say that because Filipino people are really bad about time. You give us an hour, like say 7 o'clock, we won't be there till at least maybe 11 or 12.
Here's the key, though. If you really want to stop that from happening, if you have a friend that's just always late, tell them an hour earlier than the
Wait,
time.
hold
tell
up.
'em 3
This is
hours.
not a normal thing, though. To be fair,
For you, no.
This is not a
This
normal
is a
thing.
normal thing for me because I even showed up. I came at 8.
Yeah.
So, I was
great.
30 minutes late, right? So it's like if you want me to be somewhere earlier, tell me like instead
We
of
did. We told you 6:30.
This is
I had to. At least I told you 7:30.
because the way I go about things is I always know exactly when I have to leave somewhere to be on time at a specific place, and then I'm 15 minutes late on purpose because I hate being the first person there.
So I know what time I'm supposed to leave. So like, let's say I have to go to my house downtown, right? And it takes about an hour and 15 minutes from here to get there, right? So like, I need to be there by 8, so I'm gonna leave at 6:30 just to be on the safe side. And then it's an hour before 6:30, and I'm just like, all right, time to get ready, time to go. And then something pops in your head. It's, I gotta do this. I gotta get ready. I gotta do this. And then it's like by the time I leave my house, it's 7:30.
It's already 8.
getting early to some places, like even to parties, is not that bad. It depends on how early you are, though. Like if you get so early to the point that even the DJ's not playing his music yet, you're like you messed up.
Listen, I helped
But-
set up the stuff.
Exactly. But if you're early enough where you can,
It's mine.
yeah, because Zach's the fuckwad. Anyway, you get there early enough, you can scope out and find exactly what you like and where's the places to go and do things. You know, that's why I
Promise
like
you
getting
next
early.
time we'll switch you.
Hey man, we're about to come to blows, bro. Like one day.
That was the wrong motion.
I'm talking about fighting, but you know, I was
Putting it near your face.
I did not even do it like that. You were the one who did it. The first time
I said that was the wrong motion, and
and I did it again. I
You
just
put it even
face.
closer to your face the second time. That's the problem. You went from here to like right there,
Right
bro.
here, man.
You didn't even change.
We're
You're like,
shaking
all
it,
right,
bro.
I might as well
Why
just
is that
accentuate it and make it worse.
We're shaking away.
Okay.
So like while he's discussing, and
I don't
explaining
care,
it-
nigga.
Stop.
I'm secure, bro.
Okay, at least you're going now like this instead of this.
All right, bro. We X.
Thank
and
you,
yeah,
thank
we
you,
coming to
thank you.
blows,
Go,
man.
give it to
Wow.
Wait,
I'm
what?
glad this was the
So
first
Amethyst
one.
has left the building.
Everything is left his mind, man.
He has turtle.
No, but it's just something that
That's a
happens.
bad
Like people
term
just
in
show
my
up late
house.
sometimes, but
Yeah.
for some reason,
Yikes.
shut up.
Wait, what? I don't know
For
what's-
some reason, especially like, I mean, I'm Arabic, so I know to tell my friends if I want people over by 7 o'clock, I like just come
And
at
this
6.
is the racist
Just-
portion of the podcast.
No, I can.
Yeah,
be,
everybody
you can even be
but-
racist to your own kind.
No, I do that. Oh my gosh. I tell all my friends that are Filipino, hey, this is the party time. Like, I'll tell everyone's like, I set up a party. I plan for people to be here at 6. I'm like, all right, we're starting at like 5. Everyone gets there at 6:30. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Awesome.
want. Yeah, I do that with my
That
friends.
can't
too.
happen for Nigerians. They know the times that it actually starts, so they purposely say, all right, it says 5 o'clock. All right, we'll come in at 10. I'm not joking.
really late.
We know. We
That's
know
really late.
exactly. And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. They say 5, like, so 10.
So what you're saying is, if you have Nigerian friends, do it 5 hours.
It does not matter what time
Weddings
you
at
say.
We're
six.
starting it
Come at
at 5 in the morning.
They're like, all right, so
All
we'll
right.
come at 5 p.m. All right, let's go. They're like,
That is a 12-hour shift right there,
I'm
my
telling you,
guy.
like,
Holy
Nigerians have their
shit.
own flow with things. They're like, wait, what? Nah, bro.
See,
Listen.
white people are on
That's
time.
carefree.
There you go.
Lucky you and your
I don't know what to
race.
tell
With
you.
your
Yeah.
401k and everything.
All of us here have the problem of
Get your privilege
CPT,
out.
dude.
You make more than me. You make much more than me.
Don't tell people that.
Whoa. Okay.
I was about to say something else. I'm poor.
Stop.
Oh my god.
I stopped myself for a good reason.
Thank
Alright.
you.
I love
We need more diversity in the group.
I mean, we
Yeah,
have
we
one
are
of
very
every
how-
diverse.
What else
Probably
do we
pod-
possibly need at this point?
We need a woman.
We need a Jewish man.
We need a woman. We need
You had Shay last week.
We did.
Yeah,
well,
we
she
did.
doesn't want to show her face.
Yes, she does. I mean, she wants to be in the podcast. She just
She doesn't want to show her face. Yeah.
We had CC.
We need.
Who's that?
Some bitch.
No. We can't have hoes.
Holy shit.
CC is cool.
Love
This
you, wife.
podcast come
Yeah.
to? Well, I don't understand.
Wait,
This-
wait,
we
for
were
all-
talking about
Yeah,
books.
we were talking about books.
What
Smashing.
happened?
Good tangents. Good tangents.
Wait. The only thing we're also
Perfect.
missing
This is how everything should be.
is a representation from the LGBTQIA
Stop.
plus. We need that.
And now we're going in a very, very questionable direction.
Wait, how? I was just saying we just need. We
will have more guests.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, this is
usually what
awesome. I'm
happens
glad
every
to be the
week.
first official
Can
guest.
we discuss like one aspiration that I have for this podcast is eventually like when we have top players that come to Chicago every now and then, might have them on a podcast sometimes. Like if Meister's in town,
For
why
sure.
not?
He is in town a lot too,
He's
so
in town,
JJ
but I
Rockets
mean-
comes back into town.
But I mean, like, if they're in town, they're probably gonna go on a tournament on a Saturday. That's the issue.
Meister
there
was
is
here
one.
for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm
without
saying.
a turn. Like if the opportunity rises that
they're just
we-
here.
Yeah, they're just here. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that'd
Might
be
as well
fine.
have them on. you
Like,
know what
I
mean?
would love to have, like, if Dyer just comes through Chicago again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
That'd
cool.
be fine.
Oh no! Oh, you weren't in the
No, I was
Discord
not there.
chat for Minecraft.
No, he's
That
was
was
a
cancer.
nightmare.
He's a
That was
screamer.
cancer.
He's a screamer. I know he's a screamer.
No.
No, that was a nightmare.
You want me to explain it? I'll explain it.
No,
because I love this
it was
situation.
after the griefing that I'm discussing. That late night when I joined the Discord at 3 o'clock, I had
Yeah.
issues with Minecraft, and then I joined in, and he's like, "Bushi, tell me the coordinates." And I was
Yeah.
like, and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yo, Snake carries you," and I was like, "Where? What is going on?"
Is
No,
that the same one?
Dyer,
where,
Dyer's literally like the.
Yeah, that was the same night that
That was the
Amethyst
same
came
night.
on-
No,
in,
this
drunk.
is my favorite. One of my favorite
was
Minecraft
beautiful.
nights with us because Amethyst came in a little like tipsy.
He was super
And
tipsy.
he was just starting shit with
Great.
Dyer out of nowhere. And Dyer's like,
Amethyst.
"Who
great.
are you?
It was
Who
great.
are you?" He's like, "Who? You're blaming AJ,
AJ.
right?"
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
AJ.
He's like, "What's
I
your
am
name?"
AJ.
He's like, "AJ," and he's getting mad at AJ. He's like, "What am I doing? I don't know who you are." And AJ's like that very like monotone person. Like he's like, "Who are you? What the fuck's wrong with you, man?" And Dyer's like, "I'm gonna kill you and find you and destroy you." I'm like, "Oh my god, what's going on? This is Minecraft."
I
And
just
Dyer's
love
just
how it started because like he was just like saying something
Yeah.
about not being able to find our like
you know,
little
it's like you know
town
those
in
that
Minecraft?
when someone enters like a Discord and you're like that boom, you hear Zach just boom jump in and he's like starting shit. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
No, he literally was like, so he
like,
was
"Why
like
are you
complaining
talking?"
about not being able to find us, and then we just
Yeah.
hear the little poo and then Amethyst is like, God, I hate hearing people bitch.
Yeah. And he's like, "Who are you? Why are you talking?" And I'm just like,
and then he was like, wait, who said that? He's like,
AJ.
it's just shut the fuck up.
yeah.
Great. And he
Yeah.
was like, literally, who said that? I'm not gonna stop talking.
And
until
he's
they
like,
tell me
"My
who
name's
said it." He's
AJ.
like, I'm AJ.
And AJ's like, "Wait, what?" And everyone's just like, me and Mick are like, I'm making my nice ass house, which is now gone because it's now
Oh, you
Pixelmon
finally
server.
went back to your.
No,
house.
I don't know. I heard about they
all the
turned my whole
griefing?
damn they fucking
Wait, how
turned
do
my
I-
whole damn house into obsidian.
See,
Holy
y'all,
shit.
Y'all talking about Minecraft? I've never played it in my life, but it's
I
funny
was
as fuck.
us four
bunch of
here.
memes.
My house is oh my
Oh,
god.
it was
Let's not
great.
discuss
my house was so fucking
Wait,
fire.
Mike,
do
how
not
do
discuss my
How do I
house
play
at all.
Pixel?
Yeah.
How do I play Pixelmon on that server? What do I have to do?
Nothing. You just jump into server. The mod will
His
go
Java's
into it.
acting up. That's what he's asking.
No. It literally says like I have to like contact Mick. Like it says it's like I tried joining the server and it said it's modded now.
So go into the server. Go like start it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Delete.
Well, we'll just talk about it later.
Yeah,
It's,
I'm just saying, start it
yeah.
up, delete the old server, remake the server, like add yourself to the same server again.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Because it's essentially the same
'Cause
IP,
essentially
but it has
probably just trying to load what you last had, which doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
also make sure you update everything, Java,
Yeah.
Minecraft, all that stuff, because it's on 1.4.
well, you're probably I can show you today.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, I spent
And
too much
Chucky
time on
says
my
he's
house.
Gonna join in.
Yeah, I spent so much time on the house. That house is fire.
You like Pokemon?
I
It's
didn't get to
basically
record any of
Minecraft
it.
Pokemon.
You had a really nice house.
I really
You
did.
did.
The only
My
time-
house was so
Key
fucking
word
nice.
is did.
The only
I
time-
did, yeah.
The only time I joined the Minecraft Discord was then we were talking about stage lists at the time, and
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
and I was typing the entire.
Oh
chat.
my god.
You were on your
This
phone.
is Chucky
I'm
in our ears playing Minecraft.
I'm a loud and fast typer, like that.
God damn,
like
man.
he's actually like going really slow.
Not even just
It
the
was like-
tapping. Not even just the tapping.
It was
but
furious.
He has like the noise.
It
on,
goes
too,
vroom,
so-
vroom,
No, not even-
vroom, vroom.
It wasn't a vibrator. It was like
like,
it was like
The
a
vibrator. You
Yeah.
felt all that. You heard all.
Every
of
time
it?
you got a message back to, I'm just like, we're all like talking, and you hear Chucky's go. We're like, Chucky, turn that shit off, please,
Get off
Chucky.
your phone,
And
go on
Chucky's
a
just like
computer.
ignoring us. He's like, haha,
He's
misery.
like, say what? You
You
guys
guys
don't
are
like it?
gonna
I'm gonna do
suffer.
something else.
I was like, oh shit.
What are you doing?
I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to take pictures of us like if we're sexy.
All
Why?
right, cool.
Oh, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
So
So,
Yeah, no.
means-
Chucky,
Hey,
you know how
speaking
to
of Pokemon,
irritate people
Detective
hard.
Pikachu?
I was gonna say Let's Go Pikachu.
What about it?
Detective Pikachu
Thank you,
came
I
out,
saved
and
the
I
day.
heard mixed reviews, and I'm happy
Yeah,
about that.
so far, so good.
There's a possibility I'm gonna watch it and just shit all over it on purpose.
I'll
So far,
beat you up.
so far, so good.
I'm gonna
Why?
beat up Bushi.
Why?
Why?
So
I'm
far,
gonna
so
beat up
good.
Bushi for having a different opinion.
So far, so good. It's basically just like people are like, it's a flip of a coin. Some people love it, some people hate
Yeah,
I'm probably
supposedly
gonna be
this
on
is
the
supposed to be
side
one
that
of the better video game
hates it.
movies made in
it.
a while.
I mean, you hate Pokemon.
That's what
Yeah.
I heard.
You'd
So
be like, the Digimon movie.
that sets up really high expectations, though.
It probably will be, to be honest.
Wait, how is that high expectations if people are feeling mixed about it? and
But
it's-
from the good end of the reviews.
Listen, it's still better than Sonic.
Yeah. Did you hear about that? The campaign
gonna
though?
change 'em.
They're changing him.
I know. I'm just
But
saying it's still better.
From like what I was saying, the mixed reviews on the good end of the reviews is supposed to be one of the better or the best video game movies that's been.
Apparently,
made.
the biggest complaint I've heard is stilted.
It's all about
acting.
Prince of Persia, dude.
look, all I care about.
I was
for-
I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah,
All I
It's a
movie.
really
care
good
about
movie. I
is if
really like
Sonic
that.
is wearing Timbs, because you should be wearing Timbs.
I mean, I'm just glad they're not using the Sonic they have now. That thing was ass.
No,
See, my
man.
biggest problem,
Timbs the
my
entire time.
just shut up,
Lugs.
just shut up.
Lugs.
I just
Can you please take off
Just-
your hood? You look
Yeah,
so
come
weird.
on, bro.
no. This way I can't see
dark
Chucky.
amethyst.
This
hours.
is Slim
Well, you can already
Shady
not see me
Amethyst.
sometimes.
This
Oh
I can't,
no.
I can't see Chucky this way, and that's just fine. This is how it's gonna be for the rest of the
Hey,
podcast.
man.
This is
No, I
dark
can't
amethyst
hear
hours.
you
We've
either.
officially hit the 40 mark. So
Here's the thing, and
40 mark of what?
we got 40 minutes.
here's
Oh,
the
Really?
thing.
Still?
There's no way that's only been 40 minutes.
It's all 11
No,
o'clock.
we only got 40 minutes left.
Here's the thing
Oh,
about Chuck. If you don't know Chucky that well and you watch the podcast, he's literally the type of guy who he does whatever the fuck he wants to. And if you have a problem, he goes, "Well, why don't you fight me then? Let's go. I'm ripped, bitch." And then it's like, and then you're like,
Then you're like, it's not that serious.
Hold up. Chuck, I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I'm gonna refer you to Chucky's cousin. Is this true in his in family situations? Whenever he has an argument with any of your cousins or family
You
members,
don't know.
does he just like try to start shit and then be like, "Nah, I whoop that ass"?
He does not know that one. This is all new to him. He's like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. Do you see this side of him at all in general, or is this like foreign to you? Damn, are you a different person with your family?
Apparently, according to Chuck, the Chuck man himself, he says he's a bitch. And
I am a bitch.
All right.
I'll say it like this: like the times that I actually say, "Oh man, I'm gonna fight you," I already know people are not gonna fight me. I'm like, all right, let's do this. But if someone actually wants to fight, I'm like, all right, let's do it. Like, there's no reason for me to back down.
I mean, yeah, you started it. Might as well
Dude, I'm not
stick to
scared.
it.
I'm not
Shit.
scared to start. I'm like, all right, who's really about it? If you're really about it, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna start the situation and
Yeah,
you're gonna be like,
I'm always ready. I'm like, why would I start a situation and not be ready to go?
yeah.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm just gonna throw that out.
Haters
That's also
gonna
very
hate.
nice.
I don't mind
I
fighting.
just wanna love.
I don't mind.
I don't
wanna-
even want.
None of the above. I wanna piss on you. What? I don't think anybody knows.
It's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Oh, y'all too young for me.
Look.
I've seen it.
I've watched Dave Chappelle, but I don't remember that.
That's just
How
old
can't you
shit.
know-
That's
oh
just-
my
It's
God.
the R. Kelly spoof that actually turned out to be true.
Yeah.
My man is doing full scat on these pictures.
Yo,
Full scat.
he knew prior.
He knew.
James
Oh.
Charles, the Prince skit was my favorite. though.
James Charles the Prince kid.
No. James Charles skit was good, and then the Prince skit.
James Charles? You mean what?
Charlie James. No, what's his
The
name?
Charlie Murphy skits is what you're talking
Charlie,
about?
No. The,
Charlie Murphy.
Rick
Charlie
James.
Sheen?
Rick James.
Oh, Rick.
James Charlie.
What are you
I was
talking
like,
about? You're like Charlie Sheen.
Oh, speaking about James Charles, though, he lost 1 million subs today, I think.
Why? Because of the whole prices thing?
I think so.
Because
People on Twitter were like, "Oh, Pro Jared lost 100,000 subscribers in a day," but James Charles was like, "Hey, bitch, get out of my way! I just lost 1 million." Like it was just something.
It's-
Why did he
Stupid.
lose? What
Because-
happened to
I'm
him?
not sure if it's true. I just saw
what
something I saw on
happened?
Twitter.
The main controversy around him was that he has like exorbitant prices, I guess, for his shows. But his show, like his meet and greet and all that shit. It's just the thing is, most of his audience are like people who don't have disposable incomes, a la like 15-year-old, 12 to like 17-year-olds like that.
Yeah.
So they have to ask their parents to
Yeah,
do it.
kids who have mommy and daddy's
And then
debit and credit
people are
card.
saying, "Oh my God, why are you charging these prices?" And then he's like, "Well, I also have a lot of grown adults, and because you don't have to get the VIP,
You can get the $45.
you can get and that's why people were like, "But I wanted like they wanted all the perks,
Yeah.
without having to pay the price."
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm
I
like,
understand his point of view. I mean, the demand was there. Make the price.
to me, I actually am more on his side than
Yeah.
he. I'm
Yeah,
just
it
like,
makes sense.
But I
I'm
mean,
on his side.
Yeah,
like, I don't know if you remember the singer Christina
Grimmie.
Grimmie. That's what it was.
No, I
She
don't.
died
I do. Yeah.
at a meet and greet. I forgot exactly how it happened. I think the guy
So
was a
basically,
stalker.
he was a stalker, but he was also a fan.
Yeah.
So he got a VIP access to the meet and greet.
Mhm.
And as soon as she was in the middle of so she got up to take pictures with her fans,
Mhm.
and then during the tussle of her like getting up out of the seat and people surrounding, like,
Getting ready,
getting ready to line up and be a part of it, he whipped out a gun and shot her.
And that's
These people are just crazy, man.
and yeah, and that's like one of the reasons. Like James Strauss said,
Because
he's gonna get
basically-
security because of stuff like
because
that.
Yeah.
basically he was like, if I can't have her, no one can.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are crazy.
Yeah, you
but
never
no,
can
like my
experience
favorite skits were the Rick James
Yes.
skits, the Fuck Your Couch.
And the Prince,
The Prince skit was
Charlie
hilarious.
Murphy,
Charlie Murphy.
Darkness,
And also
everybody.
the Black KKK.
Oh
Oh yeah, that's just funny.
I love those skits.
See, unfortunately, he has not. Do you watch?
You know what I? You know
James
one of my
Strauss?
favorites.
Yeah, I did.
My favorites was
that's good.
one of my favorites was people like Wayne Brady,
Yes.
Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X.
Did you watch his stand-up on Netflix?
Yes.
I've not watched.
so
I
Paul
have
Mooney
not
is
watched the
haven't.
new one.
I haven't.
So
Are you
funny.
talking about? Are you talking about Dave
Dave
Chappelle?
Chappelle, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought you were talking about Paul Mooney. I was like,
What's
Paul
the-
Mooney's
what's
great.
the one,
I haven't watched Dave Chappelle's.
The one that came out in 2017. I haven't seen that one, but the 2016 one, I think.
I don't know. I can't recall which
The
one's
one
which.
Equanimity, I know I've not seen that one, and the Birds one, I have it on my phone. I just never watched it.
So I watched both on Netflix. Both
Yeah,
good.
they both were released
Yeah,
on
both funny.
Netflix.
Okay,
Both really funny.
they seem really funny. I
Yeah.
just haven't watched it yet.
A lot of his stuff is like it's just updated of stuff from his old things.
I don't know. Killing Him Softly is like to me a classic.
Yeah, it's great.
Like
It's great.
I watch it a lot. I'm just like, why?
It's like going back to I forget Eddie Murphy's his stand up,
Oh,
the one
what
where
was
he's in
it
the
called?
red leather suit.
That's a legendary one. I can't remember.
Yeah, I
it
can't
either.
remember it either. I can always
It's-
forget it.
I'm just gonna remember Raw. Is it
Delirious,
Raw?
I believe.
Yeah, Raw.
I think
Oh,
it's
no,
Raw.
it's Raw, yeah.
Yeah, Raw
Eddie
is the
Murphy
one where
Raw.
in Raw. Yeah.
Yeah.
where he's-
Oh, that's
No, that's not the one.
That's not the red one.
I want the red one. Red jumpsuit.
Red leather.
The red leather jumpsuit.
So it was
Delirious.
Delirious.
I was
Yeah,
right.
so it was
Delirious.
Delirious.
See, I got new one.
All right. Every now and then.
Forgot it.
What
It
happened
came
to
back
Eddie
to me.
Murphy?
What do you mean? What happened to him? He got rich, had kids, and said, "I can't do
He
this
went
anymore."
through Hollywood. That's what happened. Hollywood
Yeah.
just takes you in. And
No,
turns you
what
out.
happened
you
was
just pass through it and you're
family
done.
friendly is what happened.
Yeah.
He started doing voice acting for like movies like Shrek and
Dr.
like,
Dolittle.
Dr. Dolittle, and so like
Dr.
he
Dolittle
became
sucked.
he became
know.
the face of like the G rating. So once
Nutty
once
Professor
he was
too.
on that train, he couldn't go back to R rated.
I mean,
hard-
I
it's
would
hard-
have just said,
it's
I
hard-
don't care. I'm going
it's like
back to
it's
my.
typecasting.
I mean, Coming to America is
It's
freaking awesome.
Yeah, oh, I love that
Yeah.
movie. But typecasting happens like when you get to that situation, especially.
No,
if you're
like
an
I said,
actor.
he came from the raw like funny comedian, and then once he went family friendly, that's when things started going downhill for him because he was better at
Yeah.
being raw, and
So
he
what
was
you're
better at
telling
being
me-
Eddie Murphy than being,
He
G-rated.
was trying
Eddie
to tell you to stay in your lane, but he didn't want to stay in his lane.
It's the same. It's the same thing with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey was funny, and then he kept doing the same character over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair though,
He's Eggman now.
I can't say I've
That's
ever
gonna be
found.
But
Interesting.
it's literally Ace
Supremely
Ventura
No.
as Eggman.
I can't say I've ever found Jim Carrey supremely funny, but I've enjoyed him.
That's what I'm saying.
like-
Ace Ventura 2 or 1 is that one scene that made me realize like I like Jim Carrey as an actor. When they throw the spears.
That was
and
two.
one,
That was
two.
two.
hits
Yeah.
him in the thigh.
I believe the
died
first one is
watching
Pet
that.
Detective, and the second one's Back to Nature.
Yeah.
And the Back to Nature is the one where he comes out the rhino and
Ah,
does the
yeah.
White Devil and all that. So
Yeah.
that
Oh, that movie was so funny.
Yeah, but
Am I the only one that likes
now,
Adam
I
Sandler?
saw.
I don't know. Mix it.
Am I the only one
I
that likes Adam
see-
Sandler?
Huh?
Am I the
Adam
only?
Sandler?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Still likes Adam
90s
Sandler?
Adam Sandler.
No,
was great.
I like old Adam Sandler movies a lot.
Yeah,
So does
90s Adam
so does
Sandler
everybody
was
else.
great.
Good. Yeah.
That's the thing about because Adam Sandler is such a good actor when he gives a
No.
shit. Oh yes, he is.
I love the Happy
when Adam
Gilmore
when
cast in
Adam
general.
Sandler tries, he's really good.
What movie?
He's really good.
Punch
Unshrunk Love is what you're talking about, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
it's
Spanglish
okay.
was better than Punch Drunk Love.
I like
It's okay.
Spanglish.
And
Spanglish was great.
If he tries to be funny, Adam Sandler is so funny. He just doesn't give a shit. And why would he?
I
give
mean,
a
he
shit?
has a huge comedy company.
I'm
Happy
sorry,
Gilmore,
but
And it sucks.
A majority of the films after a certain point just became like the same character over and over again.
Yeah, he doesn't try anymore.
No,
Even in the 90s.
In the rewatch half of his movies and they're all the same person.
It's
Someone who's down on their luck, who gets a girl, and then changes his life around.
sure, but he's like also trying in those movies and not trying in newer ones. He doesn't care.
even in the newer ones though, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the
character.
same character. Even more so though, he's not caring.
But that's my point.
It's a double whammy.
It's like movies like The Ridiculous Six. I thought that was hilarious because he just at that point he really didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious
fun.
because
I've
it was a
never seen it.
movie that
It's actually not bad.
it's on Netflix. It was
Yeah,
one of the
I don't
Netflix
think it's on there
special movies.
anymore.
Oh, probably not. But I'm saying it was one of the Netflix
Yeah.
Original,
What
yeah.
was the other
Original
movie that
series.
came out after that? The one that he did where like he was with the chick and then like I don't know.
Grown Ups?
No. It was on
Okay.
Netflix. It's on Netflix though. It was like
There's a
the second-
lot. He's got a lot of deals with Netflix
I
about
can't- I think
releasing
it
all his
came out-
movies.
Yeah,
2016?
he's partnered with Happy
Is it-
Gilmore
is it the
Company's
flick? No,
partner.
it's
Happy
the one with
Gilmore has.
There's
a
one with Jennifer
partnership.
Hudson, the one
Yeah.
that I'm talking about.
I'm looking up right now. It's still on here probably.
Are you talking about
Well,
Jennifer
kind
Aniston?
No,
Adam
Hudson.
Sandler and Jennifer Hudson. Nah,
No.
Hudson.
Hudson, yeah.
Netflix movie. Nope.
This is-
That's
Hudson.
up that one.
The Do Over
Is that the name of it?
or Cobbler?
Sandy Wexler.
Sandy Wexler. Yeah.
Oh,
watched,
so
yeah.
we watched that.
okay.
We watched that in college, and there was one thing that came from it that we all liked. His laugh.
Yeah,
But
I remember
he's
that.
trying to portray a person, like
Yeah.
an actual person.
And
That's why this movie was like it was okay.
Yeah,
Just
he
didn't
has
do anything.
It's a
like
27 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
No, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad through and through. But there was one scene that always makes me like laugh.
You know who got typecasted and still doing a good job? Steve Carell.
yeah.
I give that man a hand.
I mean, that guy he ages well too.
Well,
I'm just saying
yeah.
The
he
one
got
movie-
typecast and he's still doing good with
The one
for
movie
himself.
that he did that
But he
was
doesn't
outside
push
of his
movies out so
typecasting was
much.
Yeah.
Foxcatcher, I believe, and I
Yeah.
watched that movie and it was all right.
Yeah.
A little boring, but it's all right. I like the story more mainly because I kind of knew the story because I was like, oh, wrestling. Who's doing a wrestling movie? Oh shit, that's actually a cool story.
I think Mark Wahlberg as an actor is so weird.
He's bad.
So
I mean-
weird.
He's bad.
I watched him Instant Family, the new movie just came out.
I like
It
that
wasn't
movie.
bad.
I like
So-
that
I
movie.
cried. watching
Yeah,
that
so
movie.
like
It was a good movie.
he's a hit or miss for sure.
Yeah.
After Boogie Nights, it was just.
I will
a
say
up or
this:
down.
seeing him in The Happening was probably one of the worst acting jobs I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
I didn't like that movie.
You know who's up and coming again? What's her name from Freaks and Geeks? The lead female. She's in like
Terrible.
La Llorona. She's Hawkeye's wife. Forget her name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Let's
she
look her up.
left out of the limelight for a
What's-
while. Now she's been in
Freaks
a
and
lot
Geeks.
of
Just
movies.
look up Freaks and Geeks.
Just look up Freaks and Geeks.
She's really pretty too.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. That's where I fell in love with her.
She was Velma.
Linda.
She was Velma.
Yeah, she was also Velma in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda Cardellini. I don't even know how to pronounce
Linda
it.
Cardellini.
Cardinelli. Yeah, she
She's
was Velma. Yeah.
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 Jinkies.
Yeah, she was.
Look
Velma.
up. See Velma right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
Scooby Doo.
And you just
Just
click
go
away.
up, scroll up, and then type in. Velma.
No, just click
Just
the Velma right
Scooby-Doo.
there.
There you go.
Oh,
See,
she was
I remember
Velma.
when
That's
she was in
her.
that leather, I was like, what the fuck is this?
I'm sorry. I thought she
Wait,
was still
she-
sexy.
No, I was more like I was a kid. I was like,
Why-
man,
why
I feel
is-
weird.
why is Velma in leather in a
That's-
Scooby-Doo?
So Scooby-Doo 1, she does in Scooby-Doo 1 they gave her like this really really cleavage heavy top.
Okay.
And in number 2 people were like, I showed this movie to my kids and there's boobs all over.
And then
it."
they
And
gave
then
her the
they, like, gave her
turtleneck,
a turtleneck in the second movie, but then towards the end of the movie she gets a crush, a love interest, and they do the whole, you're nerdy so we're gonna dress you up.
Make you look hot.
Daphne makes her look like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I've never understood that argument. Like, who cares about? You're showing it to your 4-year-olds. Who cares about cleavage? Like, it was that same.
So parents. So again, it's the questions raised, not necessarily what's being seen, but what the question.
How they perceive it. Yeah.
So let me put it this way: when you were a kid, and you got a hard on.
It's a weird start, but go on.
I mean, it happens.
Where is this going?
I'm just saying, when you get a hard on, you're like, whoa, why am I getting aroused?
What
You
is
understand me?
Well, you don't think of it. I'm aroused. You're just like, what the fuck?
But
is
that's
going
my
on?
point.
Yeah.
Like,
Why is it solid?
let me put it in the most. Let me
It
put
used
it
to
in
be
the
a
most,
noodle.
Well, that's my point. Let me put it in the most like blunt and awkward terms I can possibly make it. Okay.
Yeah.
There have been times where my
Why
son
is my
has been.
penis now?
There have been times where my eldest son has been sitting in my lap. We're watching an R-rated movie. He sees some boobies and his dick gets hard while I'm older.
Ah,
And
great.
That's awkward. You understand me?
How old is he?
He's only 4.
I'd never imagined myself getting hard.
Babies get boners.
That is not true.
Yes,
No, it's 100% true.
Yeah.
it's 100%.
Holy
That's
shit.
not like-
I
don't know
have
what
2
to-
kids, dude.
I don't think that's.
They get boners. It's not
I-
from. It's
you
not
know, I
from
studied
sexual
medical stuff
arousal.
too.
It's
What-
from
What
stimulation.
is that saying? Like
It's from stimulation.
correlation is not causation. Like, I mean, I think that's just random.
It's from stimulation, like I said.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it's because of arousal. You understand me? He doesn't know why he's attracted to boobs, but at some point, he's going to ask, "What's the difference between me and a?"
I still
female?"
think that's a random occurrence. I'm
It's
gonna
not a
be real
random
with you.
How's it a
occurrence.
random
It really is.
I think that's very. I think.
When you
I think
are-
that's a
It's
coincidence.
natural instinct in the
when
end.
you are, yeah,
so it's
when
like
you
nature
are,
versus
when
nurture
you are
type
growing
stuff.
up, you understand me. You don't pay attention because it's your brain, your body. It's just you're reacting
I
naturally.
could actually point when that happened for me though.
Go ahead.
When I watched Men in Black 2, I was 8 years old. I remember the
Same.
scene exactly how it was. It was just like the alien came down, looked at this Victoria model's secret chick, turned into one.
You fucked that word up real bad.
Yeah, I know.
bro.
Victoria's Secret. What? I don't know. Victoria's Secret model, and like at the time, I was like, wow, she's so beautiful. I didn't understand what the hell happened. I was like, whoa. And then she like ate a dude, became even bigger. I was like, BBW. I was like, that's what happened to me. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then like my cousins and I were all playing like after we watched the movie, and I just
Yeah,
stopped.
and then they make fun.
And I didn't. They didn't make fun. I stopped, and I was just like, man, I don't know what this is, but I want to do something with that.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
it happened-
Okay. Wait.
It happened to me.
And I was
It
eight.
happened to me when I was 10 too.
No. Okay, but your son is 4. I'm saying that
Yeah,
it's
it's
too
Chris, it
early.
happened to me till I was
right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
towards the
saying
end of,
that
like,
it's
grade
like
school.
even now it happens. So what I'm talking about is that when it when an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old watches a movie that's
Like
G-rated,
Okay.
like Scooby-Doo, the parents get flustered when they're attacked with questions like why am I getting aroused? Why is, you understand me? Like they don't say why am I getting
They're not
aroused,
ready
but
for that.
They're like, "Mom, something strange is going on to my
Stranger things are happening.
My ding-a-ling.
So, like, and so parents get concerned, and like anything that's risque on something that's supposed to be made for kids is just
But they're okay
like
with
the whole
violence,
like I mean like
Yeah,
back
but
when we were
dude, that's the
back when I was a little
I'll
kid.
buy my
there was
4-year-old Call of Duty. It's
Back when
okay.
I was a kid, Tarzan came out, and there was a toy for Tarzan. Looked like he was jerking himself off.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
You
that. I
understand
remember
me?
that exact
we,
toy.
We didn't have a problem with it, but our parents did.
That's
Oh my
and you know what? That's everyone's a pussy. Everyone's a
I mean,
pussy
it's not-
nowadays, dude.
America
And
just has different
They have-
standards
yeah.
culture-wise.
Here's the thing-
Overseas, sex is okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna talk about this.
Nigerian,
No,
ah,
I'm gonna talk about this. The Asian culture. The Asian culture is very.
Don't even get us.
The Asian culture is very open about like sexual
Yeah.
desire and stuff like that. Like
Except in Japan.
no, that's not true. Japan is very very open about it in certain
Yes,
situations.
mosaics.
Just censor it.
They
Mosaics.
don't. That is also false because
At one point they did.
I'm part of like TCG, the card community, and like stuff like that. So Yu-Gi-Oh, like all these cards that come through the store, America has to censor things for certain arts because like if you ever like are part of Yu-Gi-Oh, Dark Magician Girl,
Yeah.
like always one of the biggest
Loved it.
fantasies. They had to censor. She used to have bigger cleavage, more stuff was showing, her skirt was shorter. They super hyper sexualized Dark Magician Girl because in Japan they love to promote female like desire and stuff like that, especially in like other games called Vanguard. Vanguard is known
my
for
goodness.
over sexualizing women.
my
Like
man.
everything was like their shirts don't even hold their chest. Their chest is just out already.
My man, then
Yeah.
tell me why there's always black bars and mosaics on their stuff.
because
it's all heavily edited. Like
it's
I
heavily
said, for
edited because like
That
Like,
for outside,
for,
but
like,
if you're in
for
Japan,
outside-
inside
So,
of Japan,
you'll-
everything
like, a
is
lot
just
of-
visibly there. You will see it, and it's normal because they'll be like,
I mean, dude,
tits,
they have like in Japan,
ass.
they have like freaking vending machines that give away
give that
panties.
panties.
Yeah,
I know
They're not
that.
used.
Uh,
They're just they give
there's
away.
this like little
I heard
little-
they were used.
No,
I'm not joking.
that's a
That,
misconception.
that's the myth I heard.
Yeah,
That
that's a
that would be the most
misconception.
wild shit I've ever
Yeah.
seen in my life.
That's a complete misconception.
Okay.
what's a complete
That
Used
they have
panties.
used panties in the vending machines.
That's what I've been told, and that's what I've heard.
That's the most
not
wild
what that
shit. Some chick
That's what
left
I
some doo doo
thought.
butter,
That's what I was like,
left
that's
some
so
baby
weird.
batter in there. Be
I
like,
was
yo,
like,
that's
some
good.
creepy old man is just gonna walk up to a fucking panty machine. and he's just like,
I was but like I don't know. I see a bunch of these like arguments when it comes to like not being able to show your kids a bunch of different like things
it's
from media.
all culture.
Have you ever seen do you watch Ralph the Movie Maker?
No.
He reviews movies and stuff like that. He's very cynical dude, and he reviewed like the Minions movie, and he was
I do know who you're talking about.
he was talking about how like how he hates the fact there are people like who are on the news and they make fun of like the shows that try to actually teach kids things, like how they were talking about the Lego movie and how it's genuinely a brilliant movie that actually like has messages for kids about like corporation and just like being happy and doing your own thing. And the people on the news are talking about how like it's encouraging kids to hate big businesses and bosses, and so stuff like that.
That's media though.
It encourages kids to hate intelligent films like the Lego movie and watch dumb shit like the Minions. And that's the kind of society we live in.
and society as
I
a
mean, I don't know
whole
about
society
all
as a
that.
whole
It
wants to
does.
guide. They want to guide
My
like
kids- my
culture
kids-
in certain ways.
So,
You're a smart person. It completely
my
discludes
kids
you.
aren't smart though.
They're kids.
That
Well, they're
ain't
4 and
the
2.
kid.
But see-
they're not gonna understand the concepts of big corporations. or
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Not yet.
do to the
Like
environment.
I'll be honest.
They're not
My
gonna be
kids.
watching those same movies, the Lego movie, when they're 12 or 13. They might
Yeah.
see it on the side, like how I used to watch Lion King 12 times a day, according to my mom. Like, well, actually, not that much.
Yeah,
but-
my kid was big. Like my kid was big into Lego Batman Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was constantly on repeat. But then like
Lego Batman's a funny movie.
yeah, it's a great movie. But again, like after so many times, I just can't watch it anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not necessarily the kids that choose; it's their parents.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not. They want Lego movie. I'm not gonna put Lego movie on. I'm gonna put a completely different movie on that might catch their attention.
Sure.
You know?
I mean,
One of the
it's-
most hated movies of all time, of our recent times, my kids enjoy.
The Emoji Movie?
I thought so.
They
I
enjoy
hate that
watching
movie,
it,
yeah.
but they're
I hate that
2 and 4.
First of all, the Emoji Movie is not as bad as everyone says it is.
It's pretty bad.
I'm just not a
no.
fan
What
of
it
that.
stands for is bad, but the movie itself is
the
not.
movie itself is pretty bad.
No,
Dude, I've sat through that movie
So
5 times.
I've sat through it 3 times.
I've sat through it.
Here-
5
You got 2 more times on you, man.
On
You got 2 more times on you.
Here's the
I
thing.
don't know.
repeat.
What do you, okay? What
I
is
don't
your,
know, he got 2 more
what is
times
your
on
ba-
you.
What is your
We got
basis?
big dicks out here.
What is your
Yeah, I'm
what is your basis though? Like one of the worst
It
movies
is
of all
literally
time.
filled with nothing but cliches.
Yeah, okay, no, but
That's
point.
my problem.
My point is that like
Let's
when
go
it
on a
comes to
tangent
the
and talk
worst,
about
I think it's a.
How society molds us into certain things that we don't want to be. I'm just kidding.
I
But
think
on a
that-
real note, though.
But my so like fine. You like the Emoji Movie? That's fine.
That's
It's
not what
as
I
bad.
said.
Well, I'm saying you're not saying it's as bad as everyone else is saying. And
Yes.
that's fine. That's a perfectly okay opinion
Yeah.
to have. What my point is that kids don't care.
Yeah.
You understand me? At a certain point, they do though, and that's where parents start getting upset.
Then
That's
don't have
where-
a kid.
No, okay. I wanna
have a kid.
talk about actually where when kids want to decide stuff, because I actually saw this on another podcast. I want to talk about it since we're in this subject. When kids decide what they want to do with their life, or like how they perceive, like I like this, enjoy this, and then the school system shuts them down. Like,
yeah, my kid wants to be a dinosaur.
Yeah.
well, okay, like not that.
I'm just saying, like,
Well,
that,
they
but that's
don't
my
know what
point.
they
He's-
Steven, but like,
I'm just exclaiming something that like that if he went to school, okay, he's 2, so it doesn't matter. But if he went to school and the teacher said, "Well, what do you want to be when you grow up?" and he's like, "I want to be a dinosaur." You know what the school's gonna tell him?
Slap
You can't
him.
be a dinosaur.
yeah, no, but this talking about school and like how school functions. Like I had this conversation. I just started following photography, and I ran across this guy. And he's very bright for his age. He's 19, and he was talking about how the school system has this major flaw, and a lot of people have talked about it and realized it, but they don't want to go about it because it's obviously politics behind it. But like, as like we get older as kids, like we start learning things that we want to do, but we never get to touch it at school because school is formatted. You do this, you learn this, and this is where you're gonna go. But they're saying like, why don't we have, when kids start learning like, oh, I want to learn about pets or like dogs, animals, I want to start learning about the sciences, like they don't expand on that. They don't let kids start going towards that direction.
There's
and
not
like
enough
fight.
electives.
I know. Well, like say I'm growing up, say I'm a kid now and I want to become a doctor, like what I wanted to be when I was younger. They start letting me learn about the sciences of like the human body, anatomy, like all these things. But school's like, no, you're gonna go this way. You're gonna learn it specifically at this time, and you're never gonna experience it or really understand about it until you get to high school. And at that point, you're barely gonna touch it anyway. And then you go to college, and then you realize something. You're like, oh, I don't want that. Like people are saying, you should start having kids start touching these subjects and what if they want to understand
I've
and
been
learn
saying
sooner.
that exact same thing for like the last
so what
couple
you want
years.
is
The
more
issue-
specialization.
Yeah, but
And
that,
like I said,
yeah,
more
but
electives.
because we are all unique people, like everything is so standardized. Like everyone has their unique path. They have their own decisions. Not everyone goes to college. Not everyone wants to. Everyone goes to tech school.
School's supposed to be
yeah.
a blanket.
Like,
Yeah.
It's
listen,
not supposed to be special.
Yeah.
Here's the biggest issue. School was designed to be a reform, not a expression.
Yeah. But the problem is we should change that idea because we use school to have like
Money.
I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but we use money in a
So
lot of
th-
things
this-
that we don't need to
This
use.
concept can be used in privatized schools,
Yeah.
right? Where if you want to take your kid to a specialized school that specializes on their needs, right? You're gonna have to pay a little bit more money because you need a lot of money.
Yeah.
But again,
to do
that's
that.
that's what we just talked about. With it, it's all about money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it all comes. Everything in this world comes down to money,
Which sucks.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is what it is
Welcome
in the
to the
end.
world.
Yeah,
I mean, some schools you don't even have to pay. Other countries don't make you pay for college.
We're in
Yeah,
America,
okay,
homie.
okay.
smaller,
We're in
smaller
America.
size.
Yeah, small
Yeah.
size. Yeah.
Small
So that's
countries,
the
so
biggest
it's-
issue. I mean, like I said, I would love to have private, free tuition, but in,
I mean,
in
my-
reality, when you have 330 million citizens now, I mean, it's an unrealistic goal in the
Yeah.
end.
But all
Oh,
the
no.
Nordic countries do it. All
The Nordic countries have like 11 million people.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's-
But they
So,
also
like,
when
right,
you
like-
they pay for your school, they require you to do things for the country in return.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which
like-
makes sense.
So
Yeah.
right, like I said, the issue right now, my oldest son, he's in a school and it's a private school technically because there are no grades. The way that he learns is based on his interests and what basically what stage in development he is at.
Okay.
You understand me? So like if he doesn't know math very well, they're not gonna make him do a bunch of math. You understand me?
Okay.
They're gonna let him, be analytical in a different way.
Okay.
So like again, this is what he was talking about is his private school.
Yeah, it's
we're
private school
paying-
that can do that.
We're
And I
paying
think-
more,
yeah.
but that's because I don't want my kid to be treated like every other kid because he's
Yeah.
not every other kid.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying. Like everyone's unique. Everyone has
Everyone
their
is
own.
unique, but when
I'm
being realistic, most people can't afford private school,
And
So
that's-
they
that's
gotta
very
put
true,
their
too.
kids-
So
That's
here's,
100%
but here's
true.
also the biggest issue. Okay, right now, that school he's in is from kindergarten to 3rd grade. Once
That's a
he's
very
once he goes
interesting
into-
cut.
Once he goes into 4th grade, they no longer can accept him because at that point he has to go into regular school. You get me? Regular
So
public
public
school
school.
or another private school that has the teachers that can teach that. But that's the problem, and that's the problem that we have in our country. The teachers are being taught to teach
Standardized ways. Yeah.
standardized ways.
And I just be thinking it'd be a unique concept for people to like pick up and expand on. Like I like that idea because like obviously
it's
You know,
super
you know
good.
what else would be cool?
But
You actually paid teachers.
I mean
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go far into this, but like the way that our money is spent in the government it concerns me.
To defense.
Yes, I don't have experience in that, and I'm not saying I know how it's spent, but
As
I
a
understand.
military man, that kind of scares me.
Yeah. No, being part of the military, I see how money is spent a lot in certain things.
the rich?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. This is
We're going back into
I-
politics all
yeah.
over again.
I just want to
I was just saying.
throw it out.
Just start talking about money. and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
but
Yeah.
the way that
I
the
like
way
money.
that the military, I'm people can get mad because they may know more than me, but from my eyes and what I've seen, we put money in unnecessary things. I'm in the medical part of the military, and we have unnecessary equipment that makes no sense at all. They buy us like 4x4s, Humvees, all these things like we don't need this, and Humvees cost like 14 million, maybe more sometimes. And these things sometimes, and these things break just instantaneously, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna repair it. That's $1 million, please. Excuse me, can we put that into something else? We don't use these. And I'm in a reserve part of the military.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I enjoy doing it.
Oh, go ahead. I'd love to talk about it.
I'm on your side that we can probably spend our defense budget better, but
But we are the largest military in the world.
We are the largest military in the world.
Twice.
Yeah.
We are also right now we are still somehow maintaining the superpower.
We're spreading ourselves too
We're gonna
thin at
lose
this
that
point.
eventually.
By 2030, it's already-
if things keep going the way they are now, we are gonna lose that.
It's
role.
scheduled by 2030. We would actually lose our power status.
Okay,
China,
but
right?
for now, we are still number one.
Well, I mean, number one superpower would still be a superpower. It'd just
Yeah,
be
but
code.
China will.
Yeah.
it'd be like,
Well, that's the
It'll
thing.
be either
is, like,
China or
we're right
Russia is
now. We're
gonna-
at the top.
Mhm.
We're the apex right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna get.
We're
knocked
number
out.
one.
Apex.
We're number one in hard power. China is climbing up to be.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna be number one in soft power.
Yeah,
Soft
I
power
saw.
is much more power.
Yeah.
We have a lot of enemies.
But we
wonder
have
why.
hard power. That's all. That's the only reason. Why
So
we're
I understand
scared.
why we have a strong defense. Right?
Yeah. No, I get
It's a
that,
good,
but
smart thing, especially when South Korea is just like, it's
South?
like North Korea. Sorry.
South Korea's a good one.
They're at it
South
too.
People, they all look the same.
What's going on? Hello?
The
No,
true
no.
Koreans.
No, when North Korea is like a big baby with a bunch of missiles, it's really scary.
No, I agree.
So,
And
Oh,
you're
God,
not
we
wrong
got
about
to
how
that point.
we need to put money into, but
Yo.
sometimes we can cut
The
on like
UGS
the small
politics.
time things. Like we do overspend
I
sometimes.
want to let you look. Without the small gears, the big gear can't run.
Yeah, but some of these small gears break anyway, and then they just replace it with a better gear that costs like.
That's I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
You
What
know
if
what I
the
mean?
big,
Like, this
what
is-
if the
this is
big gear
side-
don't work in the first place?
This is like
Sometimes no.
this is the arguments I've had with friends who are 100% okay with the defense budget, right? And this is
Yeah.
the stuff they say. And like I brought up the point, it's like, well, you can take away some of the small stuff. Well, like, well, the big stuff doesn't work without the small stuff. Without the Humvees that can take you
But
from A
again,
to B and
is
stuff like
What
that.
if the big
Here's-
stuff don't work?
Here's this is my problem when it comes to that.
To some
kinda-
people, it's working fine.
This is my problem when it comes to people like that because they're let me put it this way, they're looking at the gears, they're not looking at the mechanism.
They're not looking at the whole picture.
Yeah, they're not looking at the whole picture, but some people,
And
the whole
that's-
picture's fine though. It's
But yeah, but
like,
that's
like,
the problem.
Here's
That's
the
the
thing:
problem.
when you
Mhm.
look at a picture,
If
an
you're-
artist
if
made
you're-
it's subjective from person to
Yeah,
person.
but if
Yeah,
you're, if
that's
you're
very true.
taking your-
Go
ahead.
my eyes and how I see it is completely different from a
From
lot of
someone
people
else
because
who's-
I'm
yeah.
I'm viewing it firsthand more.
And you know what the
All
beauty
the
is?
time.
Because you live in America, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so privileged.
Let's go, America!
Oof.
America!
This is-
Fuck yeah!
I'm binded to a contract. My
But
body
that's
is
my problem.
owned by the United States of America right now for
yeah.
another
Wait,
2 years.
Literally,
You
I just
made
came
that
from the
choice,
gym
though.
where we talked.
Yeah, I know I did.
Wait, I was about to say his name. I'm not gonna say his name, but like I just met somebody who came back from the military. Ugo and I, we met him, and he's like, yeah, I came back, and he came back like May 5th. He's going to Germany in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that happens. People
I-
get deployed instantaneously.
and I'm just like, dang, he had no rest.
I had
Well, he
I
only
had
moving
some
for a
friends.
girl, but hey, that's
I had some friends.
Sucks.
They're also part of the reserves unit. They were told they're gonna be deployed. Then they're in this like now this moment of like we're not too sure yet, but they're in this still standby status of like just be
Yeah,
ready.
and it sucks because they can't have.
So you never know really
they
like.
can't get a plays, they can't do anything because they have to be ready to go.
And so like this is my worry because I want to do a lot of things career wise and like I'm so like super goal oriented right now. Like the military's kind of like blocking me from that moment. Like there's a lot of situations where like I miss things. I can't get to where I want to be because the military's like I need you at this time. And I'm not saying that sucks. I appreciate what I have, but like it gets crazy because you never know. It could just be like, hey,
Could be tomorrow.
good luck. It can't actually be tomorrow. But like there's like statuses like units get, especially reserve units, where you're 30 days, 90 days, 60 days. So
I mean,
like
if they declare war tonight, it'll be tomorrow.
that's still not true. Because mobilized units can it could be tomorrow, but mobilized units that are tactically ready can go out. But like
but
my
you
unit
guys-
will still have to take the 30 to 60 to 90 days to get ready to move out. But we will move out. But like I said, it's just it makes me uneasy because like I have so much planned for myself and I can just lose all of that in a moment's notice. And not like oh my day's over, like but like it'll be like right in front of me. It's like, have you seen? It's like this indie horror film. It's talking about like an STD that follows you somewhere, but they formed as a person.
What?
I forget what it's called.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. So it's like that. It's like it's slowly getting closer and closer to you, and the moment that it's there, you're like, oh fuck, I'm screwed now. All right, time to peace out. Bye, guys. But like, it's like that kind of like situation, you know.
Man,
and
what's
there's
the
nothing
name of
bad
this
against
movie?
it.
You
See, you know what I'm talking about, though,
but
right?
you know what I'm talking
What
about.
do I
though?
type?
Remember when we used to do?
Dwarf.
Remember that time we were Smash podcast?
It follows.
It's fine.
Yeah, it follows. Yeah,
Anyway,
What the
that's the name
hell?
of the movie.
it follows. Yeah.
What the
Anyway,
hell? It looks scary.
it's
it's a really good movie. It's
I
like
hate to do this, but it's wind down time. We have 10 minutes.
oh yeah,
This was fun, by the way.
yeah.
I want to do this
so-
again one time.
No,
We got
I don't like it.
You can
9
actually
minutes.
probably be on next week because Chucky's not gonna be here.
Oh yeah, I'm
Awesome,
probably
I'm
gonna
down.
be here
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
week.
I'm down.
We might have another special guest. You sit in, and then we get someone else.
Yeah, that could
we can
work.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Graduation
guess
parties.
I know a
Yeah.
couple
I'll
people
replace
are
Chucky tomorrow.
interested.
it's cool.
I'm not
I'm
sure if it's
down.
okay to
Outreach.
talk about some people who contacted me that want to be on
We
it.
can-
I wouldn't say names, but
Not right now, but
I
we
would
can do
just-
it later.
Couple
I would-
cool people.
Yeah, I
Off
would
the
message them
podcast.
Yeah.
Cool
just
cats.
to
Some
see
cool,
where they're
cool
at.
people.
But at the end of the day, we are here.
Yeah.
We had some heavy topics towards the end, but it was still fun.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I don't know how.
Fun.
You know
It's
what?
like slowly like.
I'm gonna
It
be fair
happens.
with you.
And
I
that's the
don't-
best part.
I
That's
don't
why
like
we're
it
here.
when people only like to talk about like the shit that don't matter.
Yeah, fun stuff is fun stuff,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all have things we care about.
Yep.
So again, if you guys have any topics or anything that you want us to discuss, you can add us on
Or
Twitter.
if you want to send us hate mail,
yeah, that's fine.
my
Alright.
Twitter is ssbu_bushi.
Oh yeah, wait. One topic I want to talk about.
ITC
that
Amethyst.
is about
Silly
that is about
AZ
Smash.
I have to
21.
edit this. You have to
ITC
remember
Amethyst.
Okay, the one thing
Silly
that you have to
AZ
talk
21.
about
that. We'll do
that's
it
like
again in a second.
like in relation to Smash.
You got 7 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's quick. It's like, hey, shut the fuck up about seating after a while. There's only so much.
Oh,
you
you
can
want
do.
to bring it back to seating?
Oh, dynamic seating. Are you talking about dynamic seating, which
I'm
is
going
so
to, I'm
good?
going to be fair with you. Like, there's only so much you can do for being perfect, and y'all are like, but
You're never gonna
deserve
get it
X,
right.
Y, and Z.
You're
I'm like,
never
no.
gonna
So
get seating
I'm going to tell
perfect.
you something honestly. As a player, you only complain about seating if you didn't want to face a certain somebody.
I know that, and I say
That's
shut the fuck
literally
up.
what it is. When I complain about my seating is because I did not want to face Ned until winners finals. And why did I complain about seating because of that? Because I wanted at least third place at that
I
tournament.
know that's what you wanted. I mean, I say it like that, but I'm like, okay.
That's why people complain about seating.
I know.
That's fine.
And that's why you're never gonna get perfect seating because everyone's gonna want to win.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
one's-
no.
no
Well,
one's
to be
gonna
fair, that
I
Ignite
mean,
I
let me
should
put
have
it-
been third seed.
Still,
Third?
even
Should
though
you been second?
Who was there above me?
It's,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There was,
that's what
I
I'm
should have been
you
second.
should have been second.
Yeah, they
too.
put me below Dan.
Well, I know the reasoning. You
I
told
know.
me, but I'm just like, I
Yeah.
understand
That-
you
that
getting
pissed me
mad.
off. That-
and
that-
I'm
They
just
have
saying,
an
like, at some
algorithm
point-
that sets off differently though. That's why.
yeah,
Like,
but
okay, that algorithm should not be dictating the top 8
But
seeds.
again,
I'm just
you have
gonna
to
say that.
you have to take
I
in-
agree.
you have to take into mind there are players that are trying to get better at the game, and then they see they got seated next to you, and they're like,
That's my problem with
Oh,
Ignite
no,
seating
here's
too.
So this is how it works. So if you're on, this happened to me in Mortal Kombat, right? I'm an unknown Mortal Kombat player.
Yeah.
I went to that tournament. I was last seed. I was number 23 because everyone else knows each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to face Waffles, who's an MK9 Smoke legend, who won a final round in whatever year MK9 was
It was
relevant.
2012.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Amazing player. Second round, I had to face him. He had a bye. I had to face him second round.
And that's
I lost, and then made a 7-person run to 5th place to face him again.
Only
and
to
lost.
lose.
Only to lose again.
But
So that's fine. I'm okay with losing to him, but I proved my point that I shouldn't have been last seed.
That's what I'm saying. I understand about people complaining about seating, but then when seating's so off for like the first time player,
Yeah.
they're like, I lost my first round or
Yeah.
my second round to Big Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
And I lost like to Little Joe Schmo. Fuck. I'm good. I
Yeah.
don't want to come
You
back.
go
No,
like
that-
1 and 2.
I've told them
yeah.
to change their tags, and they're too similar.
This
but
is
they
that's
just
my
don't.
issue with
They-
Ignite too
Joe
because
Little Joe and
I'm-
Big Joe
I'm-
Schmo, yeah.
from my Smash 4
Big
to
Joe
now, my skill level is far different.
Yeah.
And they have me my skill level in the system's super low. So I get seated super low, and I start playing people that I would lose to in like winners round 3 or 4 right away. And I tell them like I've been doing well like everywhere else. Please respect my seating better.
They only take it for Ignite.
So
And they only take it for Ignite, and that's my problem because then I get like I go X2 or I go X or 3-2 or whatever 3-2 2-2.
Yeah.
But like more than half the time, the people that I play better than in general place farther than me because they are actually seated correctly. And I get mad because I talk to them like, hello, I beat these people all the time at these places.
Just beat Big Joe Schmo. That's
Yeah.
what you gotta do.
That's
in
100% possible, yeah.
In the end,
Big Joe
that's
Schmo.
what they look for.
Yeah.
You need to take out the big names. So, like, let's say you're not facing top 3 or top 5 in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
If they put you against number 11 or 12 in Chicago, and you're not beating them in winners round 3 or winners round 4, in the mind of the TO or the mind of the algorithm that they're using, it's like, okay, well,
It doesn't
this is
count.
the right seed.
Yeah. But
That's
if
the way it
winners like
works.
so like
But I know, let's say you beat Ed Boy last
Mm-hmm.
week. So this is an example. Just first person that came to mind, Ed
Grati.
Boy. First person that came. Let's say you beat Ed Boy last week. Okay, at Tri Point, you go to Ignite. Ed Boy's there. You think I should be a higher seed than them? To them, that's a fluke. You beating Ed Boy.
But what if it's consistent?
If it's consistent, you should be a higher seed than them.
But say I don't get to go to Ignite.
Huh?
Say I don't go to Ignite and I play like all these people play.
Okay.
Oh, we'll talk about this later because we don't have a lot of time.
Well, we have a little bit of time,
We
right?
have time.
We have
Okay.
a little bit of time.
We can run over time.
All I'm saying is that free, gratis.
I'm gonna be honest.
Boy, free.
This is
Run ongoing joke.
You guys are
only
so
seeds
mean
that
to Ed
matter-
Boy. Ed Boy, I like
No,
him.
no,
Ed
no,
Boy, I like Ed
he's
Boy.
a good guy.
Ed Boy-
It's an
no,
ongoing
he's a
joke.
good Ridley
Ed Boy, we
player,
have
too.
to commentate.
Kairo's better,
We have to
man.
I do
commentate
agree,
sometimes.
Kairo's
No,
better.
because
I've never
Kyra's
commentated
not
with
showing
you.
up at Ignite
Because he's
and doing well.
He's a high
and top-
schooler that does not go into any other tournament.
That's the same thing
not-
with me.
Ed Boy-
I play people here that go to Ignite and I beat them, and I can consistently keep up with people.
Yes.
And then I go to Ignite and I'm like, oh, I'm there. They're seated higher than me. I'm like, okay, cool. But they play people that are closer, like in match level, and I'm playing like seeds 20 and up,
Okay, so
people
you-
that I know I'm gonna lose to right away in losers round. And then I have to go through a losers run, and then I
Yes.
play someone that's still higher seated than me, but
Here's the thing. So this is the difference, right? So let's say I'm Ed Boy.
But I haven't
and
done
you two,
Ignite in a
you've
while,
beaten
so I
Ed
don't
Boy
really know.
5,000 times. I'm gonna need to stop using Ed Boy because you get salty. over
Ah,
that.
what are you
yeah.
talking about, bro?
We're gonna use Hydra.
No,
okay,
Okay.
you beat Hydra.
Big Show Schmo, man.
No, we're just gonna use Hydra. People we actually know. Okay. You beat Hydra consistently.
okay,
Okay. Theoretically. Okay.
yeah, because
And
I
then
don't.
here, but when you go to Ignite, he's a higher seed than you.
Yeah.
You're a lower seed, and you have to face me, for example. You have to face Bushi round 2, or round 3 because you have a poor seed. You lose, okay? But you know you're better than Hydra, right?
Yeah.
So you now have to prove it to them. So
Yeah.
you have to go on an insane losers. Not saying it's fair to you, but this
Yeah.
is if you want to change your seed, this is how you do it. You have to go on an insane losers run and make sure you outplace him or
Yeah.
beat him in losers. That's the only option. Let's say he gets lucky. Hydra has to face someone near his level. He has to face Jimbo, and they always go back and forth. Right?
Yeah.
So
That's
he
very
beats. He loses to Jimbo. He's on loser's side. Now you guys are both in the same position. You're both in losers. Now you have to work your way to, let's say, loser semis to face each other there.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on opposite ends, but you have to outplace him at that point
Yeah.
to prove to that algorithm that you are better than him.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to face him.
Yeah, one of the,
I just hate that I get lower seated right away.
So yeah,
It's-
one of
because
the
of my
problems-
skill level from Smash 4.
Yeah.
Because I was
Sucks
horrible
to
at Smash 4.
suck.
Yeah.
And I don't go to Ignite too often, so whenever I get there, I get seated low always.
Yeah.
Did you
so
talk to the
it's
TL and tell him like, hey, maybe I should be a little
Yeah,
bumped up?
but they're like,
No,
But,
that
yeah, I'm gonna
exactly
also
goes
be
back
fair-
to my circular thing. Fuck, when people say, "Oh, I need a higher seed," I'm like,
But
I literally think.
I
like
also
that.
was gonna
Prove
bring
it.
up this point. After the top 16 seed, seeds don't necessarily matter except unless you're facing someone you drove with,
Yeah.
or conflicting like you face them every single fucking weekly like I do with JJ. But
Yeah.
even when I faced JJ every single goddamn tournament, I never complained about my seeding because I wanted to face him. I
Yeah.
wanted to beat him.
Yeah,
That's fair.
the biggest thing that sucks is that in a perfect world, every tournament would count towards.
yeah, and that's what I'm
But
asking.
no
for,
one,
Yeah.
no one
realistically.
can keep track of all those tournaments and all of that.
so you can help my boy
Yeah, like,
That's
it's-
so you're saying keep track of 14 weeklies?
Why don't we make it 5 weeklies, world? Let's
What?
stop the saturation of
world.
weeklies.
Yeah, so you want that's an
Or
Five
Chicago.
weeklies.
Sorry,
Well,
Chicago.
Five
We're not
weeklies.
getting into
Chicago.
this.
Whole
We're not
world.
getting into this right now. That,
We
that
had-
takes
we had
too
a
much
whole
time.
another hour.
Yeah.
We had oversaturation in Smash 4. We saw how it turns out. We'll see how this game's new. So we'll see how this turns
We're
out.
only on month 5.
Timer's going on.
All right,
Alright.
so thank you guys for watching the UGS Ground Level Podcast. We appreciate it. We already said if you have anything you want to suggest at all, make sure to leave it in the comment section of this video or at any one of us on Twitch or message us. My name is at
Twitch.
ITC Amethyst. Wait, Twitter. My name is at ITC Amethyst on Twitter.
My name is manlyguy_.
SSBU_Bushi.
It's Tog.
Silly Asian, it's AZN21.
Yep. Thank you guys. Make sure you tune in next week for the next episode when we'll have Asian Mike here, probably someone else. I don't know, dude. Just have to tune in.
Prepare next week for where I'm probably gonna cry my eyes out from this Game of Thrones episode.
Oh, same,
sorry.
same.
Man. All right, before, okay.
I'm
All
ready.
right, guys.
Anyway.
Stay
Well,
tuned next week. Make sure you stay grounded, and
Come on.
we'll
As
see
always,
ya.
don't forget to stay grounded.
Yeah, stay
I like
Shut! I
that.
did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Love
I
It's
don't
cute.
care.
It's
Alright,
cute.
alright,
I like
guys.
it.
love you. Holy shit.
All right, we're gonna make sure to accentuate that.
Bye.
Bye.
He's a
Bye-bye.
crybaby.
We love you, Zach.
Good episode today. Let's go.
That was fun.
I gotta take a phone call.